Welcome to the Isle of Man Manx Grand Prix, and boy, we can't wait to share the content that's going to be coming your way in and around the event.
2 wheels and a 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, there's going to be plenty of racing coming your way. But we're going to cover as much as the people in and around that racing.
Maybe what about the Manx Grand Prix? Oh, crikey to us. What's up there in the stratosphere, you know?
Sounds and the smells, hey?
Oh, it's like nothing else. Get the Castrol going again. And
You need a stepping stone, and the Manx is a good stepping stone.
Laps. They've got legends flying over from all over the place that were made at this great event. And of course, we've got entertainment. There's all sorts going on around the island. So we're going to share as much of that as we possibly can with you.
Fantastic to be back here, and obviously got the opportunity to ride the Ashport Racing RT45, which is a proper iconic machine.
And they couldn't have picked a better lad to get on it. Two-wheeling classics. Relive the
Welcome
passion.
to day 2 of the Manx Grand Prix 2024. Now, this week has seen quite a few delays due to this famous Manx weather challenging us throughout the week. We were due to go qualifying once again for day 2 on Monday. We've had multiple delays, multiple schedule changes, which has resulted in us having a full day of qualifying today. Hopefully, all being well, tomorrow we'll be back, and then we'll be racing as well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we are here at the famous Quarter Bridge. So if you are a fan of the TT or of the Manx Grand Prix, you will know this location. It's just after Bray Hill, just after Aggo's Leap. They slow down here and they will take that right-hander and they will head back up and continuing with the course. Now, going out, the schedule has changed. We have the lightweights on the 250s and 400s. We have the Classic Junior heading out on the 300s. And then we have the Classic Seniors heading out on the 500s. So they're sending them out for the first session. They'll be heading down here very soon. So you can feast your eyes on the historical, beautiful pieces of machinery that are heading down from that start line as we speak. You can hear the commentary behind us. There's just a few fans behind us, but it is only qualifying. So there's still quite a few overdue for the racing. So I'm going to let you get to the session, enjoy the bikes, and I'll be back with you.
the zone, 250 machine, he's away. Number 8, Junior Manx Grand Prix, started the blue plate.
roll down
plus. That is Gareth Arnold safely through here in his opening qualifying lap. Looking at some of the speeds coming off at the grandstand here. John McGuinness just about, 50, 70, 100 yards down from the start line, 29.2. 33.4 for Ian Locker, and Ian Locker, Chris Boyd, is the first man through.
Oh, what a special spot to witness at the beginning of that session. The guys have been warned, and the girls have been warned, regarding the conditions around the course. So, of course, we've had some pretty abnormal weather here this week, so the course is still recovering from that. So they have warned, in particular, quite a few sections around the course. There are many green areas, so there has been a warning to all riders. If they are seen not riding safely, if you will, they will be ejected from the event. So they have been warned, if they're not riding safely, they will be ejected from the event. I mean, it must be very difficult to not be pushing it as soon as they've been out of action for almost 4 days. So they haven't been out on track, out on the course since Sunday, which is absolutely heartbreaking. Many of them have, of course, been having to keep themselves entertained through the week. They've been doing multiple laps in their vans, in their cars, some road bikes, and just trying to keep themselves entertained and their mind really checked in. So it'll take them a little bit of time to dial back in, but they're grateful to be heading out. We've got a full schedule today, a full schedule tomorrow, and then right through till Monday. So got many changes coming up. So keep an eye on the socials, keep an eye online. We will keep you updated. We will keep you in the loop. But for now, we're going to be moving locations. So throughout our live today, we're going to bring you, of course, we'll head back up into the paddock. We'll be in the assembly area, but we're going to go to the bottom of Bray Hill as well. We're going to scoot back up there. So for now, we're going to show you one of our videos, and then we'll be back live with you very, very soon.
Johnston about 112.7 maybe. That's sort of in Locker. But Mike Brown on the Patrick Senior, he's about 10 seconds or so quicker than Johnston.
So tonight's location, we are here at the Victory Cafe up on the Snowfell Mountain on the Isle of Man mountain course. So here, as you just walk in the entrance, you see the walls of fame around me. There's quite an amazing collection here, and it's a pretty spectacular location to watch the racing from. And to be quite honest, to get stuck here for the day is pretty phenomenal. They got great pies, great cider and everything else, as well as all the classic bits and bobs that we're going to show you now that's on display. But all on the walls here, you've got different years actually. They're trying to fit everybody's signature on, but you can come in here and you can sign the walls. So you've got anyone from riders, team owners, to people that have travelled here to watch the racing, to get involved in the events, and enjoyed this fantastic space. So you got the beautiful log burner. You walk in and you can hear the sounds, the echoes of those machines that are out there tonight in tonight's session. Then you walk into the smells of the log fire. So come on in. So it's a family-run business. They've had this since 2019. But due to lockdown, they couldn't open until 2020. But it's a phenomenal building. It actually used to be Murray's Museum. So if you've been here before, you would know of that. It goes back many years, and it still exists, but in the south of the island now. And this is now a fantastic eating space, event space, spectator space. And they've got this great collection along the corridor here. So you've got the family's bikes and mopeds just along here. But look at what we've got here. The Manx Grand Prix. So this is owned by the Manx Grand Prix. And of course, during the awards evenings, the winners and best newcomers, all of that jazz, the winners will get put on this, and they will be lifted and placed on the shoulders of the guys who will then walk them through the crowds and take them to the stage. So I'm going to have a little sit on it, aren't I, before I leave? But yeah, that's an incredible piece of history right there. And we have just in here a bike getting built for one of the owners, Ben, who might be hiding in the corner there. So a local guy, Mr. Peach, who's from Peel, He's coming in on his spare time and he's helping build that bike for Ben. And how pretty cool is it? Super, super cool. Look at those tyres. What kind of bike is it, Ben?
It's a Honda XR 600 on 1987.
Oh. Honda XR 600R, 1987.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, my childhood dream bike.
Childhood dream bike. Oh.
Need to learn how to ride it.
I love it.
I've also got my original, my
This is
very
popping.
first ever motorbike.
Your very first ever motorbike. Check that out.
Go, Ben. How cool's that, man?
Oh my God. When are you going to get the seat put back on
Well,
that?
I don't know where it's gone. That paint job was done by me as a child. Happy days.
What's with the yellow and the black?
I don't know. It's probably a good idea. I think I'll weed in the tank at some point as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll leave you to it. So much fun. What a fun workshop. So yeah, as you walk along the corridor here, you've got these reclaimed radiators. They're actually from the theatre in Douglas. The Gaiety Theatre is one of the old theatres, I believe, in Europe, but they've reclaimed these beautiful radiators. And as you head down here, you've got this cinema. So what would you do with a 20-seater cinema on a location like this? Of course you'd play replays of the TT and of course the Manx Grand Prix. So we've had a bunch of people in here eating, drinking, and they've all headed outside now because the sessions are just starting. But you'll see here, I have to show you. So if you've ever been to the Isle of Man in TT week, even for the Southern 100 of the Manx Grand Prix, actually anywhere else around the world, to be honest, you may have had the opportunity to see a group of stunt riders, I think I'm supposed to call them, called the Purple Helmets. Now, the Purple Helmets are from the Isle of Man. I believe they've been going for a very, very, very long time. They've just stopped last year. So they must have been going almost 30 years, I think it is. And yeah, sadly, they are no more. So what they've done is they've hung their jackets up, one of which is here for us to enjoy, on one of their bikes. Now, some of the crazy stunts they used to do are actually written on this little bit of paper, laminated paper here, is what the bike used to get used for. So Roller Man, Supermotos, Methane Man. I'm not going to explain what Methane Man, because just look it up on YouTube. And yeah, many, many more fantastic. So it's Monster Girl. That was one of my favorites. But again, yeah, go into YouTube and have a little look. But just here, so this is a classic piece of the old scoreboards that used to be on Glencrutchery Road on the start-finish line. So the scouts used to get involved in controlling and taking care of all the timings, the positionings of all the riders, and that went on throughout the history of almost the complete history of the TT. And it's recently been taken down since lockdown, and it's going to be digitally installed now. So this is the first piece that was allowed to be shown in public after they took it down. So this is an amazing piece of history, and for me, as a kid, I used to go up to that start-finish line. I'd go and sit on the bottom of this scoreboard and just watch the world go by. So it's the stories of this could talk would be pretty special. So heading down the corridor here, we've got some amazing pieces of art from Ryan Roadkill, and you've got your classic bikes here. So this space is obviously a hangout, it's a great viewpoint, but it's also a great place for people will drop their bikes in that they're trying to sell it. So you've got these classic bikes here. You've got this 1958 Norton that's on sale. Don't you just want to hear it fired up? And then you've got this Honda Black Bomber. This is a 450cc, and this is for sale as well. So they'll come here and they'll just display them as they're trying to sell them for everyone to enjoy, and hopefully passing on to somebody who will love it as much as they will. So I love this space. It's a great hub for classics, a great hub for classic enthusiasts. And I highly recommend a little visit because, yeah, like-minded people, if you love your classics, you will love this space, and you'll certainly love the classic racing that you can watch from this viewpoint. Two-wheeling. Well, I'm here with some Manx Grand Prix fans that are enjoying the Victory Cafe and the views from here. Now, the session's out, so you will see, here's some of the bikes going past. And we just got chatting to these guys and hearing why they've returned, why they've come back to the Manx Grand Prix. And Keith, welcome back. You said it's your 5th time here, is it?
Yeah, 5th time. and just enjoy the classic racing. It's a sort of an era that we can remember, or a lot of people do. Enjoy the two-strokes really, 250 two-strokes, and that's the era that they're particularly interested in really.
Yeah.
So there we are.
And who in particular, is a particular bike or a rider that you're here to really sample the delights of?
No, not really, just all of them. They're just amazing, I think, and to keep bikes going the age that some of them are is truly remarkable, and the speeds that they do.
And you said you hadn't been back for a little while, but this year it was a must that you had to get back here.
Yeah, well, this year it's such a big occasion, you've got to do it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And what are you riding yourself, Keith?
YDS5 Yamaha and R1Z.
Wonderful. Great. And have you raced any classics yourself? Have you raced at all?
No, I've done hill climbing, but
Okay.
yeah.
Amazing. And how long are you guys here for?
Here for, well, it was 8 days.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, I like your Manx scarf. I like the 3 legs. Love it. Listen, I'm going to let you get back to interrupting the session for you. Thank you for speaking to us, and enjoy your trip. Thanks so much. About the Manx Grand Prix, the people that it draws in. And for me, growing up on this island, I fell in love with the people before I did the bikes. And here I am with a couple of amazing characters, I would say. Danny and Sean. Danny from Cumbria and Sean from Utah, USA. Just been sharing some stories that I had to try and capture on camera. And maybe we'll get a few more out of you. I don't know. First of all, Danny, I just want to ask you, why are you wearing your wife's pants?
Because I've got no balls. It was a bet. Honest, it was a bet. Yeah. Somebody missed my. I never packed them. Honest. Well, you got to have a laugh, haven't you? Yeah.
No, they look great. They look great. I had to. He was pulling himself on the pants, so I had to comment on the trousers. So listen, guys. First of all, Sean, you got a speeding ticket on his slowest bike that Danny has.
Yeah, and the slowest bike I've ridden, and I don't remember when. So yeah, it's a great bike. Don't get me wrong, but it's geared down. It's just a little 250, and it was my bad. I had no idea what the speed limit was, and I really didn't know how fast I was going. So, but they told me, and he wasn't cutting me an ounce of slack. So yeah, 46 and a 30.
Where was it on the?
I was coming out of what is that, Ramsey down there,
yeah.
And I just had a real nice little lunch and came around this turn and kind of got on it, and I didn't notice there was like 7 cops at the top of the hill, and he was mad. He pulled me over. He calmed down a little bit when he realized I was an idiot, and
he only got a ticket because he knew it was my motorbike.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Danny's bike.
I'm just glad I taxed it the other day. Yeah, 2 weeks on an untaxed bike. Yeah, we're all legal. Yeah.
Well, tell me, gents, why the Manx Grand Prix? Why did you decide to come to this event?
Never done it before. Done the TT, and some friends were coming and bringing Matt here and that. So yeah, just come to have a good time and to chill out and look silly.
Matt, who's hiding behind me and staying out of the conversation. Hello, Matt. Yeah. So, Sean, you were just telling me about a mega trip that you've just done. You've been, how many weeks have you been away or on the road?
I think this is my 6th week. I started in India. I flew into India on July 11th. We rented bikes just north of Delhi and rode. We did a couple thousand miles in the Himalayas.
And what bikes were you on?
We got some Himalayan 400s, the little Royal Enfields, which were perfect for there. Awesome. We did the world's highest pass, and we did about 14 passes, but the highest one we did was 19,000 feet.
Wow.
And then a couple 18s and 17s and on down. So we did through 3 of the countries up there, and then flew into Dubai, and then came and saw Danny, borrowed his bikes, and then rode up through northern England and Scotland, and then now here we are here. So.
And why the Manx Grand Prix?
Because I've always wanted to come always wanted to come. The Manx was just kind of worked in conjunction with the India trip and everything.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, that's a good way to end this. And yeah, my other buddy who I met, he's been on the road since April. And so we met in India, and he's marshalling right now at another turn. So anyway, yeah, that's why we ended up coming here, which is great. So.
And what have you thought of it so far?
It's awesome. I mean, the whole experience so far has been really, really good. Been a really good time. I expect it to be an amazing week.
Yeah.
So.
Shouldn't you be marshalling?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be, but I'm here with you guys. Yeah, no.
You're supposed to be marshalling.
I mean, tomorrow I'll be marshalling tomorrow. Yeah.
Me too. Where are you tomorrow?
I don't know. I should know. They sent me the thing. Like 11, I think, is where I'm just in between.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, really? Are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I
well,
might
shit.
see you there.
We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
So have you raced, or have you just enjoyed
No,
riding?
never officially raced. I just get tickets.
Yeah.
No, I do a lot of stuff at the Bonneville, the salt flat racing back home. We have a team that we sponsor from Russia, and unfortunately, because of the current situation, they haven't been the last couple of years. But yeah, just that sort of stuff. And I do just a lot of riding, dirt biking, and street stuff. You know, I do a lot of traveling.
And with the Bonneville Flats, what's your involvement in that? You race, or you?
Well, we had a team for the last 6 years from Russia that would come over. They would send the bikes. I've got a motorcycle shop in Utah, and then they would send the bikes there. We'd stage, and we were just part of the crew to go out and help. So we did that 5 years in a row, and then and because of that, they started a race in Lake Baikal. It's a Baikal Mile in Russia, and it's on ice. And so we helped for a couple years with that. Then COVID, and then the war thing has kind of killed that for us. So I'm hoping that we get back to it, but we'll see.
And where's the most place that's taken your breath away or really blown you away when you've been out riding? So you've been on some adventures there. Is there any particular one that really stands out?
I mean, the Himalayas in India were pretty damn impressive. Yeah, they really, really were. And then, this place is a pretty awesome place to ride. This place and Scotland and England have been really, really nice. But two totally polar opposite countries, But I would say seeing the Himalayas and riding through the Himalayas is kind of a top, for me so far. So, yeah,
Great.
pretty awesome.
I love it. And Danny, you were saying that you run a bikers lodge of some
campsite in Cumbria. Yeah, Hags Bank. So we have a couple of bike events a year. Have people come from all over the world and just enjoy chilling out and riding.
Do you want to plug it? Where is it?
Hags Bank in Cumbria, Alston. Okay. Yeah, so we've got some great off-roading, great roads, not many police officers. So Sean's coming back. Yeah, I'm going to frame my bike in Alston.
And it's a great place. His place is, he's got bunkhouse, good camp spots. It's a really nice
come
place.
Visit.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, more than welcome. We've got 10 years open this September, so we've got a party on, and yeah, I won't be there, but it'll be a good time. So yeah, shame Doug's not here, but we'll fill out for him. But just do anything biking really and have a good time.
He's got a pretty long list of riding too.
Okay, tell us.
A few years back, I used to do 30,000 miles a year and across the States, quite a bit of Europe, North Africa. Odd little places like that, that's all.
Any racing or purely adventure riding?
No, I soon run out of talent, so no talent, just crash when nobody can see. So, yeah.
And can I ask, can you share the story of how you guys met?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
My buddy Doug, who I met and rode, he met, well, how did you guys meet? That probably started, because that's how we ended up meeting, so.
Well, Doug, I had a message from Tiffany Coates, who's in the Guinness Book of Records, for travelling all around the world. She said, will you help this guy called Doug buy a bike from America? Never heard any more. Then I got a phone call at the bunkhouse. My name's Doug from America. Have you got this place for camping? I says, what, the Doug who I tried to buy a bike for? And he went, yeah, small world. So he got to my place. We got on, borrowed my bikes, and we knew all the same people, so really small world, and just got on, and then luckily to meet Sean. Yeah, I came with Doug and met him, through Doug. He's like, we're going to go to my buddy Danny's place, and he's got a bike there for you to ride, and so and
good dude, really good guy.
Yeah,
It's been a good time.
We're like a married couple. Yeah.
I just sat down before listening to talking about being married and riding bikes. I interrupted that conversation, but maybe it was the talk of you two.
Yeah, well, I've not made the marriage bit yet.
No, my wife wouldn't accept it, you know.
No, just the cooking. Yeah.
Well, listen, gents, thanks so much for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of the Grand Prix. How long are you here for?
Till Monday, I think, or Monday, yeah.
So all the way through to the end.
Yeah, Monday, because he's catching a flight. Tuesday, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, end of a trip.
End of the trip. That's a good way to end it, for sure.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
You have to come back for the TT.
Absolutely will. Yeah.
Great.
I'll get him a slower bike. See if we can get a ticket on it. Yeah. I'll get you
a moped or something.
31 mile an hour.
I'm praying it. I'm praying it.
Sean, thank you so much. Thank you, Danny. And Matt, thank you very much. If you join me in just doing a two-wheeling Classics. Thank you so much. So we are lucky enough to be here at the Vintage Motorcycle Club Rally down in Laxey, and what a glorious day it is to be showing off these stunning pieces of 2 and 3 wheels. Actually, we've got here, and we've got Derek that's joined us for a chat today, and this stunning Moto Guzzi. Derek, tell us a little bit about why you decided to enter this into the rally today.
Well, I enter it every year, and like to give the bike a run. You know, it's an old one now, so in 1953, it's 70 years old. So a little bit younger than I am.
It's a happy birthday to your bike, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's a great thing, you know, you get off around the roads in the Isle of Man with like-minded people. And that's it really, you know, that's why I like it.
And tell us a little bit about how it came about you purchasing this bike and why you went for this particular one.
I think I've always liked Moto Guzzi, and this came up for sale at a dealer, but it'd been in England in 20 years in a bookshop, so it was a bit of an unknown quantity. But as it happened, it turned out to be really good condition. So needed bits and pieces doing, that was all really. And it's not the fastest machine at all, but that's not the idea. But no, really like it, you know.
But it sounds and smells wonderful.
It don't smell too much, but it sounds well.
Okay, great. And tell us a little bit about the engine.
The engine is a 500, and it's horizontal, lays horizontally, like the cylinder's flat.
Yeah.
It only pushes out about 22 brake horsepower, 4-speed.
Yeah.
Outside flywheel on the other side, which they nickname bacon slicer.
Okay.
So, you know, do you know a bacon slicer in the old days? It's a big disc that goes around and you push the piece of ham along it.
Okay.
And it comes off in rashes, like, you know. And that's about it there.
Great. And wonderful to be here for the Manx Grand Prix for some scenery.
Oh yeah, I live here.
Yeah.
I'm a winner of the Manx Grand Prix, and we've got a reception at the Governor's House on Thursday.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Governor, all the winners are going there, that are able to go there throughout the period of its 100 years. and I don't know what go on there, but there's wine and canapes, I think.
Sounds wonderful. And what year did you win it, Derek?
No, 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
How fantastic.
The Classic Senior.
Classic Senior.
Yeah,
How wonderful to stand on that top step.
Fantastic. Yeah. I've been doing it since 1985 on various machines, and I gained a podium 2002, up third, and I never thought I'd be on the top, but there you go. Every dog has its day, doesn't it?
Wow. Brilliant. Well, listen, Derek, going to let you get to, I think you guys are going to go up to Ramsey now on the bikes, aren't you? What a wonderful parade to watch. So thank you for chatting to us. Manx Grand Prix winner 2004, everyone. Thank you for chatting to us, Derek. Take care and enjoy the ride. Thank you so much. Tí Uí. So I'm with Dennis and Adriana here. They're over for the Manx Grand Prix on this delightful triumph. So tell us, Dennis.
59 Tiger 100.
Okay, fantastic. And how long have you owned it?
About 10 years.
Okay.
Yes. But I have other old bikes as well. This is not the only one. But nearly all triumphs.
Right.
Of course.
And do you work on them all yourself?
Yes. Yes, because I am an engineer by trade. So I do everything myself.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And why have you entered it into today's rally?
Sorry, I
Why did you decide to enter it in today's rally?
I enter every year.
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing to do.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you come over to the Manx Grand Prix every year and you enter this rally?
Yes, yes. And my friend Adriana?
Yeah. Hello. Hola.
She comes from Argentina.
Argentina, one of my favorite countries.
Yeah, really.
Yes. So how are you finding the Isle of Man?
I feel very lovely. People are very kind, and it's a lovely place. Amazing, really. It's joy. It's a joy.
And she wants to come and live here.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
It's peaceful. Yeah.
Maybe not peaceful when the bikes are out.
No, not in those time, but
that's a whole. That's nice. That's nice, not peaceful.
1 month a year is. I can afford it.
And you love the classic bikes as well?
Sorry?
You love the classic bikes also?
You like the old bikes? The old bikes. Well, yes. I'm starting to appreciate a lot. They are really treasures. Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll let you get on with it. I know the guys are leaving for Ramsey. Have a great time at the Manx Grand Prix. Thank you for speaking to us and sharing this great bike with us. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Yeah, definitely.
See you
Thank
later.
you, guys. You join us in just doing a Tí Uí. Yeah. Thank you. Gracias. I'm here with Richard and Ruth, who are just about to take off up to Ramsey with the rest of the rally, and they're here on this stunning Norton. So tell us a little bit about it.
It's 850 Norton, 1976. I've had it for about 6 or 7 years, and hopefully it keeps going.
It will, I'm sure. Why classics?
It's just better, isn't it? It's just, yeah, I like the old bikes. And I know this is not that old, but yeah, I just like the classics.
And the Manx Grand Prix is pretty special for the classics.
The best ever. Yeah. You won't get better than this.
And is it? How many times have you been?
Oh, I've only been about 5 times, but Richard's been
Like 53.
53.
Yeah.
Wow.
First time I was 15.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great. And
So-
why keep coming back?
Well, just got to look at it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tells you.
The island is so special. It's amazing, and to be able to do this, and so many people from around the world have come. It's such a good idea. Long may it last.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's so many classics here racing as well, aren't there? Some tremendous bikes out there, and racers, of course. Are there any particular bikes that you were excited to see out there racing?
Yeah, Kelly Carruthers on his 500 Honda. We're from the Somerset VMCC and we sponsor him.
Okay.
And hopefully he does well.
Wonderful. Well, listen, guys, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks so much for chatting to us. You've been just joining us and doing a Tí Uí. Thank you. Enjoy the rally. Thanks so much. Alan has said yes to speaking to us. Just interrupting your sunbathing. You're looking like you're enjoying it there.
Really, yeah, we've dropped on. It's a lovely day.
And it's stunning, isn't it, down here? All the bikes and the collections that have entered into the rally.
Absolutely.
It's a beauty to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of paradise.
It really is in many ways. Now, your son is just over there. He didn't want to speak to us today.
He's shy.
But both of you have got these stunning pieces of machine, so stunning machinery. Tell me a little bit about them. So you've opted for Norton. So where does the Norton?
Well, it's a very, very strong English brand. Philip's bike was bought as a project. The engine and frame, the bike was complete, but then he's re-engineered basically the entire bike to what you see today. It's a Honda 750 engine in a traditional Norton wide line frame. Bespoke handmade exhaust system, bits and pieces off various bikes. In fact, some people ask us how many bikes were ruined to make that one. But it's meticulous. It's a very, very well put together motorcycle.
All leading show front brake.
Yeah. So it's a Honda engine, Norton frame, Suzuki front brake. But yeah, it's so selected parts from many good motorcycles.
Wonderful. And why go for the Honda engine?
As I say, it was bought together, and we have just basically it's got new forks, new wheels, new seat, new tank, new exhaust system. So there's not a lot of the original bike left, but the concept was built by another gentleman. It just so happened, I think, that engine lended itself to go in size-wise to that frame.
Sure. Okay. And then tell us a little bit about this beauty here. So this is yours?
That's my Norton. Again, it's a modern replica Norton frame, 850 Commando engine, which has been well worked as the engine. We've only been into the top, but it does have a race cam, and everything inside is all polished and lightened. It's a piece of real eye candy. I've got many bikes, but this is the one that I take the cover off on and I stand dribbling.
Yeah.
And it's a very eye-catching thing. It's a bespoke exhaust system again. We've made the exhaust system for it. It's a Triumph rear hub. Honda brakes on the front. Honda brake calipers on the front. Brembo brakes. Siriani forks, Marzocchi yokes. So a lot of the front end is Italian. So it's just a proper mixture. But as you've said quite rightly, it's a very eye-catching bike.
Absolutely is, and the wife doesn't mind polishing it, you said.
No. She's very understanding. She's just happy that she's got the remote control for a week.
So yourself and your son, this is a hobby that you do?
Well, it's a hobby. My son is an engineer.
Yeah.
Whose hobby is cooking, and I was in catering, and I have the hobby of engineering. So it's a bit of a turnaround. But yeah, he's very meticulous. Spends a lot of time. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
It's near enough's not good enough. It's got to be right. And I think it shows in the work and the standards of things that he turns out.
Absolutely. And Mick, you're on the back of one of these, are you?
No, I have my own bike.
Oh, I have your own down there?
I have a 1100 BMW Boxer Cup.
Superb.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And
Yeah.
is it all here for the week, for the Grand Prix?
Yeah. And by the way, it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mick.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. Yeah, my sister's just rung me.
Oh.
78.
No, I wish. No, 73.
73.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 73. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, we're
What a
here
way
till
to
next
spend
Thursday. Next Thursday. So
wonderful.
Yeah,
I could
good
sing
holiday.
to him if we were able to.
Happy. No, okay.
No,
we won't
maybe
do
not.
that.
Maybe not.
Well, listen, guys, enjoy the Manx Grand Prix. Thanks for chatting to us. It's quite the collection you've got here. You hear you've got a few more back home in the front bedroom, did you say?
There is another bike in the front bedroom, and as I said, a lawnmower on the hearth. But that's another story for another day.
Okay. Well, listen, gents, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the Grand Prix, and enjoy these stunning wheels.
We will.
All right, take care.
Thank you very much,
Thanks so much.
Cheers now.
Two-wheeling.
Bye.
will it be out?
This will be out today. It'll go out today. All right. We'll get the bikes behind us coming down.
Shall I go that way then?
We could stand here. I think this is good. Yeah.
Stand here. Stand here.
Well, here we are. We've moved locations. We went to bottom of Bray Hill, but unfortunately the signal wasn't too strong. So we've moved back up here to St Ninian. So the guys and girls are just coming out of where the grandstand is, and this is the first straight and come into the top of the Bray Hill here. And just as we arrived, we got chatting to this gentleman here. Dave is over visiting for the Manx Grand Prix, and he knew us from three-wheeling originally. So you've been tuning into three-wheeling. Thank you for the support. And you've come here now for just a few days, headed over from Scotland to come and enjoy this event.
Yeah, certainly have. Can you hear that with that?
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is there any particular rider or team that you're following, or are you just enjoying them all?
Just all of them.
Yeah.
They're all nuts, and they're all mad things, and just nice to see it again.
And why do you keep returning? Because you've got your wife here, you've got the dog with you.
That's the first time they've been here.
Yeah.
So,
for the Manx Grand Prix?
Yeah. And have a look around the island. Yeah. We was at Glenvine the other day.
Yeah, great.
And they cancelled it, didn't they? Already there.
Yeah.
And then they cancelled it. So, we had a trip around the island. We went round the circuit.
Yeah,
see what it's like. Wonderful. I think it's madness.
Isn't it? So you ride yourself?
Not much now.
Yeah.
I've got Honda 600 RR and another little Honda as well. But getting old now, so hey, I have to get a sidecar.
Yeah, you will. Great. And then you can put your wife in it and the dog can go in it as well.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Dave, thanks for chatting to us. Enjoy the rest of your week. You're here till Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Great.
If the boat goes.
If the boat goes, you might get stuck here for a few more days.
Yep, might do.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Great. Well, listen, enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the qualifying today. And we will see you over the next few days.
Yeah.
You just join me in doing a two-wheeling?
Two-wheelers. Oh, three-wheelers.
Two-wheelers. Thank you, Dave.
Okay,
have fun. Take care.
So what time do it finish?
Today?
Yeah. They break up more tonight.
They did one way on the mountain for us as well, so that was great.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I just spotted your tattoo there. It's lovely.
Oh, yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Really nice.
What's up? Ready with you?
In the TT Grandstand, but it's Manx Grand Prix, and we are sat here with local legend, Nathan Harrison. He is here racing with, of course, Ashcourt Racing on the Honda. And Nathan, it's so nice to see you back on Manx Rose. How has it been?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Obviously, I missed probably the best TT ever with the weather, but there was a lot of things going on. Obviously, it wouldn't have been right to do it with my injuries that I had, and had things going on at home and everything. So I think everything fell into place, and it just wasn't meant to be. But it's fantastic to be back here, and obviously got the opportunity to ride the Ashcourt Racing RC45, which is a proper iconic machine.
And they couldn't have picked a better lad to get on it. So how did that tell us how it came about? Because it was quite last minute with Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I'd been on the lookout for a classic superbike because I rode for the Greenall team last year, but obviously it's Kawasaki, and then with my factory Honda ties, I have to be riding on a Honda. So unfortunately, I couldn't carry on with the Greenall team. Obviously, I had a great result with them last year, but so I was hunting, and then obviously Lee got injured. But I'm not the type of person to go asking or anything. So I just thought I'll wait and see and keep on asking, making inquiries about other things and see what I can find. And then next minute, week after TT, my phone rang and it was Lee saying you've had a bit of a rough time, and obviously I'm not going to be racing, and how would you be interested in riding the RC45? And it didn't even take me 2 seconds to think about it. I just said yes, please.
I love it. And how has it felt getting back on the bike? Because obviously you had a little bit of time off there. How's it felt getting back and obviously going back into roads?
Yeah, of course. It's obviously I'm a bit rustier than everybody else. Like I say, everybody at TT had like 60 plus laps, didn't they? So I've done 6 or 7 laps in practice so far. So I am still finding my feet. But it's a perfect opportunity to do this as well, to get back into it for the TT next year and just get some laps in. The way that the Manx Grand Prix is now, people that do the TT can still ride in the classic races, which is a big help. But we're coming good. I think tomorrow in the race we should be quite strong, and I'm pretty confident. We've had a couple of problems in practice week, but they're all sorted out, and hopefully get a good race tomorrow.
And tell us about the bike.
I know. It's older than me, obviously, which is I wasn't around in that era, but I definitely remember it all like the videos growing up, and like the Hislop, Joey, Philip McCallan. That was the era, and it's one of the most iconic bikes on the grid. I would say that and the Norton are probably the most iconic bikes on the grid. But I said to the team, I kind of wish I could sit and watch as well as ride it at the same time, because I just want to hear it go past. But no, it's an unbelievable machine, and like you say, with the history that bike has got, to be asked to ride it and ride it around the TT course as a Manxman is pretty cool.
Well, besides all the fans that you've got plenty of friends and family on the island that can be filming that for you anyway, haven't you? So you've got a great history with the Manx, and it's an incredible event, and it's an important event for racing over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the strength of the TT as well, and the entries into the TT. But as a Manxman, being a part of the Manx Grand Prix, and then to be a part of the 100-year celebrations, I mean, wow.
Yeah, exactly. The Manx Grand Prix has been special to me. Obviously, my dad did it, then my brother did it, and then I've done it. That's where I kind of made my step to the TT. When I won the junior and senior in 2019, it was like a big thing for me. And I think that's why it's so important. It gives the opportunity for people to come to the Manx Grand Prix with less pressure. They can build up in their own time, and then they can make that transition to the TT a bit easier, because some people if you're a BSB star and you're top 10 in BSB, like Glenn Irwin, for example, the TT is the only option for you, really, because you're a quality rider. But this Manx Grand Prix gives you the opportunity to get to that point. And like you say, even now, how they've got it set up, you've got classic racing with top riders on them. You've got junior racing and senior racing for people for the chance to come up. And like you say, at the minute, you got some newcomers doing really well. But yeah, no, it's an iconic event, and it's great to see it. And to be part of the 100 years is a fantastic thing to be a part of.
And your helmet as well.
Yeah.
I love the paintwork on your helmet. Tell us about that and who did it for you.
Yeah, so Phil from Warpaint did that for us. Obviously, with stuff that's gone on at home, I thought she'd kill me if I didn't do something. So yeah, I thought I did a nice little tribute to the back of my helmet, and like you say, that way she's coming around with me. She never used to watch me or anything like that. She didn't have a clue what was going on until I come back, but she hasn't got a choice now. She's flying around on the back.
Well, listen, Nathan, thank you so much. I know it's a busy week for you. I really appreciate you coming and chatting with us. Yeah. All the best. It's ace to see you part of the Manx Grand Prix and back on the roads, and I can't wait to see what you do tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Just popped up to Derby Day up in the north of the island. Lucky for us, we've just bumped into Paul Cassidy, fresh off his win yesterday. Paul, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's so good to see you, Maxman, on the top step.
Yeah, it's nice to actually get a win round here, to be honest with you. You know, it is a dream, isn't it, to actually get on a top step and get a trophy and actually get your name on the trophy. Yeah. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. And then, yeah, we're back out on Monday now, isn't it, for the Classic Superbike. And we've had a lot of troubles, really, with that. But, yeah, we'll forget about that one.
What are your hopes for tomorrow?
To be honest with you, for the team, we'd just like to get a finish. The first night of practice, we had the carbs come off. Second night, we had the head gasket blow on it. The third night, we had a gearbox problem. Then we had a fuel problem. So we haven't actually done many laps. We've done 3 in total. So yeah, get a finish and we'll be happy. Straight into the beer tent.
Yeah, too right. Well deserved as well. And taking us back to that ultra lightweight, the bike that you were on, tell us about the team setup and what you won the race on.
Yeah, so basically we were riding a Yamaha 400. It's an ex-Hislop. I think he rode it in 91 or 92. A lad called Dave Green, he bought it this year and asked me if I wanted to ride it. So I jumped at the opportunity for that, just for the history of the 100th anniversary of it. And then, yeah, we went out the first night and we were told that it'd do the 2 laps. Unfortunately, it didn't. We only got down to the Craig and ran out of fuel on that. So then we knew we had to change the tank. So eventually we got our hands on another tank through Gav Brown, one of his friends. And that then was set then for a 2-lapper. And then we'd obviously have to fuel, which we did on the first lap. So, yeah, we set off. Got a bit of a slow start, to be honest, it felt like. Came back in, got fueled up, good team. You know, we got going, head down. And then as we started coming onto the mountain, we realised there was a lot of mist. It was quite bad in places, you know, you could not physically see through it. And then coming down from the Craig, we got the red flag and we were all sat there in a bit of anticipation, wondering what was going to be the turnout. And we were all questioning each other. And then, yeah, we got back and they weighed the bikes, checked the bikes over, and then we were given the win. So I was happy, more than happy.
Excellent. Well, listen, good luck tomorrow. Enjoy the celebrations tomorrow night. And, yeah, all the best and nice to speak to you.
Thank you very much.
So up here at Derby Day, you bump into some pretty ace faces. There's some great racing going on. The weather has got a little bit wet now. So we've come in for a bit of shelter into the race office and bumped into these guys. So Heads Up Racing, Mr. Ian Purr, you're here obviously enjoying the Manx Grand Prix and also with the team, Ian?
Yeah, we've come over to Marshall. So we've brought Heads Up. The youths involved in Heads Up build the bikes and they take part in the races either as marshals or as pit crew, or a couple of the lads are riding and then I ride as well when I need to. But this time we're over to Marshall with these 3 and we're also lucky enough to be here with Alistair Cowan and his race team, and they've got Dave O'Johnson currently sitting 2nd, Craig Neve 4th and Chris Cook is 5th or 6th, I think it is, in the senior class.
In the Manx Grand Prix.
Yeah, so it's awesome. We're sharing the house with Alistair and Colin, and it's really good because not only are we getting to see it from the marshalling side of things, but we're getting to be part of a team in a very tiny way, but it's really nice.
Awesome. We've got to tell the viewers about Heads Up Racing. It's a pretty amazing organisation and what it does, so fill everybody in on it.
We're a charity that started around a race team. The kids involved build the bikes and then they come to all the events as pit crew. And as I say, we've got 2 young lads that ride for the team now. We've got Callum Pert, who's my son, and Finlay Milne. And then my other son, Gregor, is part of the other side of Heads Up when he's not playing rugby. So the charity works that we'll be working with unemployed kids. We've got groups of kids that come on a Friday night, which is John's part of that. So Friday night the workshop's open to anybody that wants to come along, and we'll just buy a load of chips and set them down the middle of the table, and then some of the lads and lasses work on bikes and the other ones just sit there and watch bike racing stuff on the telly and stay warm and keep safe and not be causing a nuisance to anybody and just see a different side of life. And then Ollie, who's another lad who's with us, is part of our unemployed group that we work with, and these guys just got the opportunity to, right, we're going to Isle of Man, we're going to Marshall, this is the day we're leaving, are you want to come? So
not a bad way to spend your Friday night, is it, John?
Oh, that's really good. I've been part of it for, I think it's about 5.5 years now, and the way I started with Heads Up is I was just kind of one of these quite quiet people at school, and I got invited onto a group with Ian. And I'd always been into cars and bikes my whole life. And one of the days when I got to go down to the workshop and I seen that, you know, I can get involved with this sort of things, I went straight headfirst into it. And from there, I haven't looked back. I've been able to get a job into the motor trade and progress my mechanical skills further, and getting all these experiences. Without Ian, honestly, I don't know where I'd be.
I'll start crying in a minute.
And Gregor, it's pretty ace what your dad's doing, isn't it? And then you get to sample the delights of the great organisation and do it with your brother as well.
Yeah, I think it's great what he does, and my brother is always involved in the racing side as he's one of the racers. I tend to come along and do the marshalling sides of things, and I'll go to the racing and I'll help out however I can, just trying to be as much help, but it's really good what he does, and it's a lot of help to a lot of people, I think.
It has. It's a wonderful charity. So if anybody wanted to support it and help it out, how can they do that, Ian?
There's several ways. They can look on Facebook. They can find my Facebook, Ian Pert. Dead easy to spot because it's the only one you'll find that's got bike racing on it. There's also the Heads Up, which is spelled HEDZUP, and they'll find the Heads Up Racing. I've got a page as well, but I'm not very good at updating that. But we do try. And so you can just get in touch. If MD would be interested, if MD wants to just find out more, just get in touch. If MD's kind enough to find out more and we want to try and support us with what we do, that'd be amazing. We've got the motorbike side of things. We try to build an outdoor centre for kids in the mountains of Scotland, just because kids need an adventure, and that's what's missing in life. So we try and give them an adventure, whether it's coming to bike racing, whether it's building race bikes, or whether it's going climbing or hill walking or whatever. We just try and show them that life's really good, but you have to put a wee bit of effort in and grab it, and it doesn't grab you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Changing so many lives. It's great. I want to plug your book as well. I mean, it's a bit of a cheesy book. Bit of a cheesy book.
Oh, thanks for that.
No, that's not what I meant to say.
I was so proud.
Bit of a cheesy plug, but it's a great book. You've got more than one book, right?
Well, I'm still writing the second one.
Yeah.
Back in 2016, me and Jim Hunter, who's one of the travelling marshals, in fact he's one of the main travelling marshals, and a guy called Ronnie Russell, who's a former TT rider, we filled a van with food and clothes and drove to Romania in the spirit of what Joey Dunlop did, and ended up actually in the Ukraine after that because it seemed like a good idea to take a detour. Sort of wasn't. And when we got back from that, I thought there's a story here, and I wrote a book. I've never written a book before, obviously, and I wrote a book and got it published, and we've been selling copies of that. I think we've sold about 500 copies in total, and we've still got copies left, so if MD wants one, get in touch. And it is the story of what we did and our experiences. And then in 2018, we drove to... where did we drive? To Syria, because that seemed like a good idea. Well, we came back from Romania and said, well, all the stuff was kicking off. Syria was not very good, and people were starving, and thought, well, where would Joey go? And Jim said, well, he would go to Syria. So, right, okay, that's where we're going. So we drove all the way across Europe, all the way down through Turkey and right to the Syrian border. And I've been writing a book about that since we got back. But the first book, I found it really easier to write because Gregor was in a swimming club, and I would take him to swimming, and I would sit there and try and avoid the swim mums by writing the book. And just, but then COVID got in the way, and I thought COVID would be great. I'll be able to just sit there and write my book. But actually, your head's not in the right place. You have to be just I don't know. I've just struggled to do it. So I'm halfway through it, and I will get the second one written eventually.
Great.
And I'll tell you when I do.
Yes, please do. It's a great read. It's a great charity. Please do check them out. Once we share this, we'll share the link and everything. Boys, thank you for coming in, marshalling. It's really important. It's very much needed, and great experience for you guys. Thanks for chatting to us. We just joined us in doing a little two-wheeler. So here at the Derby Day, we bumped into the Neen boys. So 4 of you have been out racing today, is that right? So young Billy's out there at the minute, and then it's only Phil that's not managed to get out. So how was it out there for you, Kenny?
It was okay actually. It was a little bit sort of like got to be careful because I have not ridden that bike on here before.
And what bike are you riding?
I was riding CBR RR 600. It was okay. It's like it's a parade, but sometimes it's not a parade.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of mist comes down, you know.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
Great.
excellent race.
No, I bet you can't go slow.
Oh, Billy's just come in.
Go for it. Thanks, Phil. So Norman, how was it for you? Did you have a bit of fun out there?
Oh, I on the big XJR 1300. I'm surprised how well it handled too.
Yeah.
I was really giving it stick.
Great.
With the silencers off it.
A lot of noise.
Great.
No, it's good.
Been a good day though, wasn't it?
Yeah, what have you been on, Richard?
Dan's the bike that's usually at Victory Cafe.
Okay.
Took that out for its annual run.
Yeah.
So it was good. Yeah, took it steady. I don't want to damage it, so or myself, because you don't bounce these days. You snap. So just good fun. Yeah,
Get yous all together and get yous up here and supporting Billy as well, right?
Yeah, he had his first race today.
Yeah.
He had his first race, so so he's happy. I think he's looking forward to his proper first meeting there. So
yeah,
but he's got plenty of time. He's only 13, so you know what I mean. So he's got it all ahead of him, hasn't he? You know.
Well, listen, passing the baton, so got to keep our eyes out for him, haven't we?
Yeah, it all starts all over again in a way, really, doesn't it? You know, 1 though, not 5. Yeah, that used to be a little thing with my mum, I think. You know, the 5 of us out there all racing away, like. But she was very good. Like, she never really said anything. She just
Get on with it.
yeah, just get on with it. Enjoy it, she said, because you'll regret it if you don't. Like, you know.
Exactly. Well, listen, gents, I'm going to let you get back to it. Thanks for chatting to us again.
Yeah.
And enjoy this, the rest of the event. This weather's a bit damp, isn't it?
It's jervy.
Yeah, it is jervy, but it's great, isn't it? Some of the bikes that have been here.
Got most of the day in anyway, so it could have been a lot worse. Could have given me a total washout, couldn't it? So, and it's great for the club. Brings a few quid in for the club. So
It wasn't a lot of people turned up.
Loads of people. They had 5,000 through the door here today. 5,000 customers, which is awesome.
A few bob in the
Isn't
office
it?
for the club, and
I don't know if they were charging with it today.
Oh, weren't they?
I don't know.
All right.
They were charging. Yeah. So that really helps a small club like this, a small circle like this.
Actually, I met 2 guys. They were at the Ginger Hall when Dan retired in 2017 on John Chapman's Honda.
Oh yeah.
And they had a few pints together, and they were telling me a few tales, like, and when they seen Dan's bike there, they couldn't believe it, like, and I let them sit on the bike, and all that, and they were going, no, and I was going, yeah, get on it,
Yeah.
and they were just absolutely made up, like, so a guy was from France and another one from Denmark,
Right.
but they followed Dan, like, and you just said, we were saying, like, what a nice lad he was and all that, like, and the crack they had after, because he'd retired, so they had a few beers, like, so it was nice to meet them, like, kids sitting on it and stuff like that. So been a great day. Yeah, been a great day.
Well, listen, I think the last session's going to go out, but
Yeah, I was supposed.
yeah.
That was,
Oh, were you?
I was, but we decided not to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, nice one, guys. Thanks so much. T-Wheeling. So for the Manx Grand Prix celebrating 100 years, we've got quite a great entry of Manx men here this year, including this gent here, Mr. Ryan Kringle. Ryan, it's great to see you here racing and with such a great team set up as with Mistral Racing. How does it feel to be part of the centenary?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Obviously, this is my first experience with the Manx Grand Prix altogether, but to be part of the centenary year and obviously have such a great team behind me on my first go at it, it's nice to be here, yeah.
And how has it been getting that bike out?
Yeah, it's been good. Just because I've never been on something that's the same age as me, just had a couple of teething issues with myself, nothing to do with the bike, just had to get myself comfy on it. But yeah, I think by Wednesday we were happy with where we were with pace-wise and where the bike was at, so we made a decision as a team to keep the bike ready for the race now, so less stress. Hopefully everything goes okay tomorrow now and enjoy that.
Great. And it's such a shame, Jamie. You were supposed to be here, weren't you, racing? And sadly, your ride fell through. But you can still hear and support your brother.
Yeah. It fell through like 3 weeks before the event. Just hasn't happened. I've had quite a rough year in general. I've been up every day, every practice, just helping out, doing what I can do, just to be there and just to help out.
And what's next for you?
I don't know yet. I'm wanting to try and get back to the UK, do some short circuits before the year's out. I haven't done an awful lot this year, so I need to get the cogs turning for next year already, and just get some stuff sorted, really.
And as brothers competing on the same course, insane course, and we all love it, do you obviously swap notes? But how much time do you actually spend together working on your track knowledge?
We was asked this at TT as well, and to be fair, not a lot, because we came into TT this year and Jamie had only done one TT as well, and there was so much thing when we were doing laps, me and Jamie were doing them with somebody else at the same time, so we could get as much knowledge as we could. But once the sessions had finished at TT and we'd both sit in the truck together and have a bit of a talk there was stuff there that Jamie told me that took me that next step forward at TT, and yeah, it's just we're both still new, and even next year it's only his 3rd year, but obviously the lack of laps he had this year is, he's still on the back foot. But yeah, 3-5 years, as they say, see where we're at then.
And you got great experience here at this particular event, so great encouragement for Ryan here as well.
Yeah, we had a good run last year, to be fair. The practice week couldn't have went any worse, but then come race day, I actually did more laps race day than I did throughout practice week, which is, people say I have a bad practice week for a good race, and that's how it turned out last year. Yeah.
Awesome. So tomorrow then, what do you expect and what are you hoping for, Ryan?
There's no expectations, just go and enjoy it, and hopefully, as long as we see the finish flag, I think we're all going to be happy in here. So that's the main aim. Obviously, you've got your own quiet goals, but there's no point screaming and shouting about it. We'll do what we can do, and what I can do on the day is all I can do. So if we finish and we're all going to have a drink after, I think we'll all be happy.
And you'll have a drink anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I bet you've got so many friends and family around the course. I mean, your home track, so it's, you know, how many people must be out there filming you, taking your pictures, sending you messages of encouragement. It must be ace.
No, it is good. It's good. It's always good to have the people out there, and you can actually learn stuff by the videos they send you as well. You can see what you're doing wrong and learn by them. But yeah, it's. I think tomorrow's going to be a bit of a different experience. But because I've not been on the bike since Wednesday now, the island was still quite quiet then. So obviously people come over for the weekend as a festival. But so I'm sure it's going to be a lot more people on the hedges tomorrow.
Ace. Well, listen, gents, have a great final day. Thanks for speaking to us. I look forward to seeing what you both get up to next. And have a great one tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, will you just join us in doing a little two-wheeling? Yeah. Well, sadly, that is it for 2023's Manx Grand Prix centenary celebrations. And wow, what celebrations there were. There's been some phenomenal racing, some records broken, and some pretty fantastic events to celebrate those 100 years going on around us. So the one thing that stands out for me was being there up on the start line when those legends on two wheels and two legs were there for the Made at the Manx parade lap on Saturday. I mean, to be up close, so close to those beautiful pieces of machinery and history was pretty special. So yeah, it's still very much goose pimples moment, pinch me moment. Has been multiple times here, quite frankly, this last week, and it's just been an incredible. This Manx girl, yeah, is emotional, having been a part of such an event. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I cannot wait to come back next year. Stay tuned to Two Wheeling Classics. We've got lots more content coming your way. We've certainly been reliving our passion here at the Manx Grand Prix 2023. So here we are, we rejoin the assembly area. We are back here with the bikes getting ready, heading out for the second session of the day. There's just over 3 minutes left of this first session that's head out qualifying, which is, of course, the lightweights, Classic Junior and Classic Senior bikes. Now, the first in from that session was Mr. John McGuinness, giving his feedback on the conditions of the course. He did say it's very patchy, it's very tricky conditions, and despite people's comments previously before the session's heading out, it did suspect quite windy around the course, but he said the wind is actually not too bad. It's really the damp patches and the tricky damp conditions and the green, obviously, sections of the course. So he said it's not a day really for pushing too hard, but I tell you what, even though he's saying that, some of the lap times that people are getting out there are pretty great considering the conditions. So many of the boys and the girls are back in now. There's just a few less left to head back into the assembly area before the second session of the day heads out. So I'm going to leave you to enjoy some of these bikes warming up, and we were going to check in with a few people, get some interviews as well, and I will join you again very, very soon.
Average for his laps, and Andy Hornby 94.865, 23 minutes 51.809. That is the gate closed. The lap
Costello there, MBE, heading back in after her first qualifying session of the day. So we will certainly see, we can catch up with her to see how she feels the conditions are out there, and certainly how that magnificent bike is feeling out on course today.
Attention paddock. Obviously we've now flagged all session one. We do need to let those slower bikes get a little bit down the road, so there's no so you faster guys don't catch them up. So there is a 5-minute delay to the start. We're now looking at 14:45 for the start of session 2. Thank you. Control out.
Price, Reese was looking pretty comfortable out there on the Valicette. Can you give us an update on how he got on?
Is he? Well, he did a lap on both of our bikes, and that's a good start for us, you know. And we've got a little bit of oil breathing problem on the 500 and the 350. Well, he's gone out for a second lap, so yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay, and I guess we'll see from the conditions what his thoughts are on the conditions when he comes back in, but
conditions of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people are saying it's a bit patchy, but you know, he's a safe pair of hands, and they're unusual bikes. He's got to do a few miles before he's going to really feel comfortable.
And there's been so many comments about how stunning, how impressive the bike is really. How many people around the course are appreciating it, whether it be the commentary team or the fans.
Yeah.
So it's great to be a part.
People coming up to me saying, "Are you Phil Price?" And, yeah. But no, that's nice. And you know, even Cam Donald was in saying, you know, how nice it is to see some classics, you know, some interesting historic machines. So we're big on that.
Great, wonderful. Well, listen, Phil, thanks very much, and we look forward to catching up with Reese as well when he comes back in.
All good. See you.
Thank you. So Mr. Phil Price, of course, these beautiful Vela sets to the 500s and 350s. He's brought all the way from New Zealand to compete in the Manx Grand Prix with Reese Hardesty. Of course, we had them in the studio, lucky for us, yesterday. If you haven't caught up on that, if you've missed that, you can head back to our YouTube channel, Two Wheeling Classics, and you can check out their episode, which is there for you to enjoy.
Quicker on his lightweight as well, 95.177.
9th for number 11, Davo Johnson, 99.807, and 10th for number 10, Connor Cummins at 98.915.
Classic Juniors, the 350s, it is the Craven Classic Honda of Jamie Coward that leads the way, 103.585 this afternoon. Only Jan Sale on the John Chapman Honda, 99.402. Then Paul Jordan, third fastest, 99.377. Adam McLean, 99.191, so it's very close in that 99 mile an hour range. Then we drop down to Nigel Moore, fifth fastest, 96.446. And Andy Hornby, sixth fastest, 94.865. Seventh to 10th, Pepin Owen, Jonathan Perry, Alan Oversby, and Lancelot Unisart.
Go to the lightweights to see Locker on the 250 that heads that one at the moment, 114.3.
Attention paddock, can we have numbers 1 to 20 to the south ramp, please? Number 1 to 20 to the south ramp. Control out.
Mr. Chris Moore, how are we doing? Welcome to the Manx Grand Prix 2024. How are you feeling on the Honda so far?
We've done a lot better than some people. We've now got 6 laps in the bag, so I know a lot of people on Sunday only got 1 or none. So yeah, good. I'm not up to speed. Handling issues and the gearing issues. We're sorting the gearing out now on the 250. The 350, it's going a lot better. We've put a different tyre on it, but the speed hasn't increased. I'm gutted. I went out on Sunday and we've done virtually the same time, and the bike feels so much better. Can't understand it.
Well, why do you think that is? I mean, the conditions are slightly different, aren't they, from Sunday?
Oh, without a doubt. I think there's obviously more wind, and obviously there is some wet patches that I am being cautious. Gary gave us a bit of a stern warning that don't mess up today. You know, he wants no red flags, so I've been super careful through all those. I don't know. I think the bike's just as fast as it'll go, and they're so steady anyway. So you can only hold it flat out. Can't go, it's just more comfortable to ride, so maybe I need to just hold it a bit more
Well, you said, you know, you've got to respect this beautiful beast of a course, haven't you? You've got to respect the few days that you've had out. Of course, what Gary Johnson has instilled in you all. But the fact that you're feeling so comfortable, it's exciting though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just hope we can get a couple more practice laps. Obviously, the forecast for tonight isn't looking brilliant, but we're keeping the faith. We're prepping the bikes ready to go again later. That's all we can do. It's a magical place. When the sun's shining, there is no... I mean, days like yesterday, you're pushing the bikes back down from scrutineering, having not turned a wheel again, and you question why you do it, and the minute you go back out, you know why you do it. It's just, yeah, it's brilliant. It is brilliant.
And how about the 250 to the 350, enjoyment-wise, and taking it out around the course?
Well, a lot of people say that the 250 pure Grand Prix bike is the best bike you can ever ride. So, and I'm not going to dispute that. That's, yeah, they're good. They're good. These are a bit steady, these old 350 Hondas, but I think if you get them right, they can be as much fun. Well, no, they won't be as much fun as a 250.
Well, listen, enjoy it, all the best, and we will speak to you at some point again through the week, I'm sure. So thanks for speaking to us, and you can join us in doing a two-wheeler. Thanks so much, Chris. Cheers. Their local boy Nathan Harrison is jumping on the number 11 Honda. Look at the livery on that. Look at those leathers. He's looking comfortable. It's the Honda 750 of the H&H Motorcycles. Had great success here at the Manx Grand Prix previously. Last time on the podium, I believe it was 2019, and continuing his success on the superbike, not only here on the roads, but also, of course, contesting in the BSB in other classes as well. So showing his skills across the classes, but showing his skills always, of course, around his home course here on Manx roads. The Manx Grand Prix 2024. local boy once again, Jamie Pringle, riding on a 750 Kawasaki of Longshore Racing. And joining him, just coming up behind him on the Suzuki, as well as Mr. Mikey Evans. It's the Manx Massive heading out together.
There is no opposite word, just right.
How's everyone today?
Right, anyway, I'll rename it the racing team. FTN. FTN Racing, I'm going to call it next season. Sound like I told everybody, didn't she? She started talking in front of Jane.
Jane mentioned it at the moment. I don't think it was a week left on it. Sorry.
I don't know what she's thinking.
So I've just managed to catch a little update with James Smith from Steadplan. He has, of course, an incredible array of riders in his team under him this year. You've got John McGuinness, Connor Cummins, Dom Herbertson, Andy Hornby. I'm sure I forget, but he's just let me know that I wanted him to chat with us, but they're just waiting, having a bit of a stressful day because Dom has blown up the 350 and Connor has blown up the 500. So they're just waiting to get the bikes back so they can work on them. But they said they will give us a real update, a full update, as soon as they've got on top of everything. The bikes have returned and they can give us a proper update, really. So yeah, both the 350 and the 500 are blown up under the Steadplan bike. So hopefully we will get more of an update, and I'll keep checking to see who we can get a little check in with. But for now, enjoy. Andy, welcome to the Manx Grand Prix 2024. Give us an update on how you're doing and how you're getting on.
Yeah, we had a good run there now. We got 3 laps in that session, which I thought I'd only get 2, but I'm just happy now to get 3 laps. That's 6 laps now in total, so it's good. We're qualified now, I think, so that's the main thing. Like, yeah.
Has that been the biggest worry and stress really this week, having all the delays that we've had? Is the worry of not qualifying, getting those laps in, of course?
That's it, yeah. And with me being a newcomer as well, I needed the laps. Like, I needed to learn this place, but it's kind of slowly coming together and getting there bit by bit. So yeah, we're happy with it. Yeah.
And are you enjoying the laps that you have had so far?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a pity the weather has been so bad this week, but look, that's the way it is. But hopefully now today and tomorrow we get some good laps in.
Good. And how is the course feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty good now. There's a couple of wet spots around Braddon Bridge and Clinhelen, and just under the trees a couple of places, but other than that it's fine, it's good, it's really good, yeah.
And you got support from the great Irish Aggo right there?
That's right, yeah, he's been great help there, so he has been running around the place, so yeah, he's been great help now, in fairness, because without him, like, I'd be useless around here, like, you know, because first time coming here, so he's been great help, yeah.
So he's been coaching and giving you some pointers of the course?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, I don't know how many, I think Aggo's coming here 30 years, so he's a good man to get tips off of, so yeah, he's been very good now, in fairness, and yeah.
Great. Well, listen, all the best. Thanks for speaking to us, and we'll catch up with you before the end of the week as well. See you, Whelan. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Dave Madsen Migdal right there. He's just had a movie released of his life, of his racing career. He's got the most amount of TT finishes around this course. He got an array of accolades that he's achieved around this mountain course, and he just keeps going. So the knowledge he shares, and the team the loyal team and following he has, and of course check out his movie is available online. It's an extremely interesting and exciting ride that you can join him on, so please do check it out. everyone. Ian, your experience is priceless around this course, and of course it's always a pleasure to see you on that lineup with these beautiful bikes. How is it going so far for you despite the frustrating weather conditions?
Yeah, it's okay. Julian Correctio is a French rider with us, and he did 2 laps the first night, and everything was okay on our pattern machine, and now he's out on our 600. So he did a lap and a half the other night, so now he's done another lap. So he's going okay. He's about third quickest there, I think. And yeah, we've also got Jack Foley, an Irish rider on. on a pattern, and he's only done half a lap the first night. He had a bit of a breakdown, so we fixed that now. So we'll see. He's going to go on that when he comes back when he's over 600.
And how do you get through those few days of the downtime, of forced downtime that you absolutely did not want? How did you guys get through them?
Well, believe it or not, we were playing 10-pin bowling yesterday. Yeah, and laser fighting, so fighting with machine guns in the dark, running after each other, and it was actually keeping fit. We were really hot after 18 minutes, so it was really good. But it took up the day a little bit anyway, so it was a good bit of team bonding.
Great. Well, listen, all the best. I have to say, this is one of my favourite sounds in this paddock. It's just stunning.
Yeah.
When you hear it go around the course as well, it's just, woo, pretty special.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's nice.
Great. Well, listen, all the best, and thanks for chatting to us.
Okay, thank
See
you.
Whelan.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you again. Thank you. Ian Locker, everyone.
He did in the session at lunch on Sunday. Let's head back up north. Let's go all the action. It's lap number 2. The leaders won't be too far away through there. Ramsey Epping and Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, we're really keeping an eye on this Rob Hodson lap, aren't we? Should be with us any moment now, coming into the north of the island. Mike Brown, the current pace from the start line to Ramsey. Mike Brown's pace was on 11 minutes 23.9 and a second time on the left to Ramsey of 3 minutes 25.789. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on. Just about here, Machine in the distance as well, so this may indeed be the front of the pack on this next particular lap, but well spotted by the team with Rob Hodson just sneaking out towards the back of the pack there on his way on this first lap as well. Notice as well in the junior MGP class that we saw Andrea Maiola get a sneaky extra lap in over on Sunday as well, and it really reaped rewards. Managed to just about leapfrog Daniel Ingham, I think, in the classic junior class indeed, in the last session on the pattern, the Vaz engine racing pattern last time around. So maybe there is some benefit to not being in amongst those that are around similar paces, if it's indeed possible at all. We can certainly get it's almost, as it were, coming into Ramsey now on the second lap. That's Michael Rutter, 3:32.5 as well. So that's the first of the classic superbikes on the machine to Ramsey on this second lap here. Still looking to keep an eye at the moment on the pace of Rob Hodson, who's still yet to arrive on his first lap here in the classic superbikes as well. Waiting to see where he might indeed slot in on the second lap. Ian Hutchinson is next to arrive here. Just behind in terms of Michael Rutter's pace. Set to a 3:33.56 on this second lap. So that's the first two machines on this second lap here. Classic traffic to be making its way through. That's the points out possibly considering a switch of machinery as we go through the remainder of the session, but we can hear them in the distance there. So we're looking and keeping an eye on this Hodson lap. He was through the lap first line of Glen Helen to 3 minutes. 17 as well, more arriving into Ramsey on this second lap, and it is a couple of the classic superbikes here. Derek Shields slots in behind the pace of Michael Rutter, also in there number 8 Craig Neve, and number 2 Derek Shields as well, who, as I said, moves up into second quickest from start line to Ramsey on lap 2 as well. He's been quickly usurped again by his teammate number 1 Ryan McCollins, and Michael Rutter just seems to have picked up the pace a little bit on this second flying lap in the class. classic superbike class. There is number 1, Brian McCormack, down through the box and then back up through it as he heads all the way towards Waterworks there. Here is Mike Brown on that second lap as well. On the way through, that's an 11:18.6 from start line to Ramsey, a 3:27.904. So how does that compare to previous? So that was a 3:25 on the opening lap there. So Mike Brown just a little bit slower from Balaf to Ramsey than it was on lap 1 there. Interesting to see that. First of the senior MGP machines on the road here. On Ramsey on lap 2, that's number 2, Maurizio Bottalico, 3:43.659 on the way through, just a little bit behind that that classic superbike pack that has made its way through so far. So here on lap 2 there. Here is the order for the classic superbikes on lap 2, start line to Ramsey with the 5, Mike Brown. So Mike Brown 11:18 to that point. Mike Brown
I'll get it for you.
And then he came back down to the car and then I went, can't afford this, it's not going on. So once the car just went off, he says, no, I'm just supposed to such and such. They just changed the rules. They're going to get probably not actually on it much of the time. Hopefully, we're on the first row, about halfway down. The big silver awning with the red tent behind it. Seems to be a few problems, and then
stop, the complex going to the end, and then he got to start off again, and then come again. Because I got messages saying going again, and then he was again. And somebody else went over it to make sure everything was
Mike Brown. Of course, we're looking about sort of pace. We're looking at just getting this final fight just across the line there. Ian Hutchinson through. Hutchie breaks the 120, 18 minutes 50.880, 120.108. Chris Boyd.
It's Mike Brown lap. He's now through the bungalow. In fact, he's at Crocknamone and he's on 120.
So just a little update of Callum Pert, who we've spoke to a couple of times this week already. We spoke to on Sunday. He's a newcomer. He's here with the Heads Up Racing setup. I've just spoke to his dad there, Ian, and he's just broke down on the mountain. So he's stuck up there at the minute. They were originally told he would be stuck up there till the end of today's sessions, which would be 9 p.m. But they've just managed to sort something out where they can get him back and hopefully get the bike back as well and get it fixed. They said it's a minor issue. It's something to do with the fuel. And they did originally think it was electronics, but it's not. It's simpler than they originally thought. So all will be well. They've got time to get more laps in tomorrow as well if we don't get back out today. Yeah, so update for Callum Pert, newcomer. He has been going well. I'll let you go back to that sound. So, Owen, show crew, I've said that right, hopefully. We've only practiced about 3 times. Congratulations. The Mike Hailwood Foundation supported you there. You just had your presentation. How important is it for you to go racing and for their support, really, and have such a great community behind you?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It was only a couple of days before we were packing up to ship over here that I got the email from the guys saying that, I'd received the award, and the cost involved in participating in an event like this is massive. So, any little helps, and it's certainly not a small contribution. It covered pretty much all the ferries and everything. So it means the world. It really does.
Well, listen, how are you enjoying the Manx Grand Prix so far?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a rocky start. A few issues, teething issues, we'll say, to put it mildly. But yeah, we're getting into the swing of things now, and just hopefully the weather holds out.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Adam McLean, congratulations on your award from the Mike Hailwood Centre and your support, really. Now, Adrian Earnshaw was the one that has recommended you that they continue to support you. He was a big fan, obviously, and what a great man, and amazing to have their support behind you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to have the support of the Mike Hailwood Foundation, and a big thanks to Adrian as well. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but great guy and got on very, very well with him. I met him when I first came to Isle of Man to the Southern 100 in 2016, and we headed off straight away and remained good friends. Since then. So whenever I got the email to say that the Mike Hailwood Foundation would be continuing the support in Adrian's memory as such, was fantastic. So yeah, lovely.
Great. And how important is it to get that monetary support as well for you as a rider?
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Obviously, it costs so much to come to Isle of Man and race, and there's so many costs that you don't even take into consideration. Just time being here, yeah, it takes a big effort and a big commitment for everyone to be here. So to have the support like that definitely means a lot, and it makes it definitely a bit easier. So yeah, much appreciated.
Thanks for talking to us. Thank you very much. So we have Joe Yeardsley here. You have just been awarded again for the first time it is, isn't it? From the Mike Hailwood Foundation. So as a Manxman, to have these guys supporting you, it must be extra special.
Yeah, it's really special. The amount of support you get, from all the local different foundations and stuff like that, it's all a massive part of it. And being a newcomer with not a lot of financial backing, it's all a massive help. And without people like that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
And you're not doing too bad, really, Joe, to be honest, are you?
Not doing too bad. I mean, no, it's been good. It's been nice to get seeded up a little bit and try and get a bit more of a clear run. But no, the classes are real tight. I think this year, from the spectator side of things, it's going to be one of the most exciting ones going. For us riders, it's going to be tight. I wouldn't want to be doing a pit board for someone. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope the weather's okay over the racing days. I know today's a bit iffy for the lightweight one, but hopefully they get out on track. And then, if the sun shines, we'll just go out and do what we do. And as long as everyone comes back in one piece and enjoys it, that's all that matters.
Great. Well, listen, Joe, have a great one, and thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
So we are here at the National Motorcycle Museum tent, where they've got some stunning pieces of machinery and history here, and this great man, James Ewing, the museum director, has brought these bikes over to join the parade tomorrow. What a lucky man you are.
Hey Hayley, it's been a few years since we've been here. We did a big thing in 2015 when we ran about 12 Norton Rotaries in like a feature parade then, and then since then we've not been back, so it's great to be back.
And for the centenary, you had to be here, didn't you?
We had to be here for the centenary, yeah, and sort of representing the different eras of the Manx Grand Prix, yeah.
Great, I love it. Now, we arrived to Steve Hislop's bike being turned over, being revved up. Oh my God, it smelled and sounded amazing.
The white Charger, yeah. I mean, we get asked to go so many places with that bike. It's, I guess, arguably, it's probably the most famous race bike in the National Motorcycle Museum there in Birmingham. So we do get asked, it goes to Goodwood, it's been over to the island so many times, but people always love to see it.
Oh, great. So let's run through them if you don't mind. Let's start from the top here and then we'll work our way through if you don't mind.
So we've got the Robert Dunlop bike. Now we've got two Robert Dunlop Rotaries in the collection. And this one is, in fact, the later bike. This is the NRS bike, as opposed to the earlier one, which was the RCW. So this was the one that Robert was riding in the early 90s, as opposed to the late 80s. Obviously did very well here at the TT and also on the roads in Ireland. So very, very famous bike. And tomorrow in the parade, we've got Michael Rutter on that one.
Wonderful, great. The legend that is.
The legend that is Michael, yeah.
Okay, so we've obviously just touched a little bit on Steve's, but we could just give the full story, that'd be great.
Yeah, so 1992, senior TT winning bike, the White Charger. The giant, and of course, for any of your viewers that don't know, the giant killing story of Carl Fogarty on the Works Yamaha YZF, and Steve Hislop on the, at that time, unsponsored underdog, lashed up at the last minute in a shed at the factory in Shenston then, and of course the factory was sort of on its last legs then, so no budget. Picked up that Abbas sponsorship at the last minute, and of course it was called the White Charger because when it arrived on the island, apart from a bit of Manx sponsorship from the steam packet and what have you, there was no sponsors. And they only picked the sponsors up right at the last minute, and then that giant killing story, very close race. And as Carl said to me, he didn't expect Steve, as amazing a rider as Steve was, he didn't expect Steve to be able to win on that bike because he was on the Works Yamaha. And as Carl said to me, the Yamaha was dropping apart underneath and the rev counter fell off and the tank was loose and he was holding it on with his knees. And the old White Charger finished pretty much unscathed, so a David and Goliath story.
Yeah. If you haven't watched that race back, where have you been? Make sure you tune into that. Okay, so next up.
So next we've got that pre-war Norton Inter. That's a nice bike then, of course, representing all the different eras of the Manx. We've just been running that one up this morning. That one's been over to the island a few years ago, and it's done some laps of the mountain course. So we're fairly confident of that one. The rider as yet still unknown, but that's going to get sorted out in the next few hours because we've got quite a lot of famous riders want to take part in the parade. So we'll have somebody famous on that, I'm sure. But it's all ready to go, and a bike that's already proved itself round the mountain. 1933 that one's from.
Wow. Okay.
Well, another famous one then, Hayley. We've got the 1949 Jeff Duke TT Clubman TT winning bike. So uber famous rider, uber famous bike. Obviously an amazing provenance. Jeff Duke, when there was the Clubman TT, of course, when you were riding road bikes essentially. And of course the Clubman TT went, as you all know, right through to the late 80s, early 90s, and got a bit risky then on the old big Japanese bikes. But a bike pretty much standard from the factory, and the godfather of the TT there, Jeff Duke, he took the 1949 Clubman TT on that bike. So and tomorrow we've got Ryan Neen on that bike. Yeah, in fact he's just been in with us this morning, just trying the thing out. And I said to him, the only thing that we want to see, you've just got to get your knee down through the bungalow now, right? So yeah, so he's quite excited about riding that tomorrow.
And then obviously the great Alec Bennett.
Yeah, right on the end there is the 1928 Alec Bennett TT winning Velocette, junior TT winning bike. So again, much older back in the scheme of things, representing the 1920s, and Alec Bennett there. A little bit different that now. Nick Jeffries is going to be riding that, but it's a little bit different in as much as it's lever throttle and hand change, so it's not twist grip throttle. Now we're not even sure if Nick's ever ridden a hand change bike, so we'll soon find out tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to come and see us today though, but he'll enjoy riding that because it's got no brakes really. Well, it has got brakes, but you might as well not have brakes. Lever throttle, not twist grip, hand change, so there's a lot going on. Manual advance and retard on the ignition, so a lot of things that modern day riders aren't used to. So we might, Nick, as brilliant as he is, we might need to give him a little little bit of guidance on that one. A little bit of guidance. And then just coming in one bike there, we've got that just post-war AJS 7R. And that's representing the sort of late 40s here over at the Manx, and we've got the one and only Milky Quail on that bike.
Wonderful.
So we've got some great riders, and we're really privileged to be here. Obviously, we've got some uber famous bikes, but the thing about the National Motorcycle Museum, the important thing about the museum is we use the bikes. And so they're not just stored away for people to view in a museum. We're not a conventional museum in that way. We bring the bikes out to a lot of track events, Isle of Man, Goodwood, all sorts of places, even abroad. Even go abroad to places like Coupe Moto Lejeune and Dijon in France. And we use the bikes as they're intended, and quite often we use the bikes, and here's a good example with some riders that are really representative of those bikes. I mean, we've had Michael Dunlop quite a lot on his dad's bike, which is marvellous. I mean, sadly, obviously, we can't have Steve on his bike, but we can have people. We've had John McGuinness ride it in the past, so we've got people that knew Steve and back in the day and were very close to Steve, as was Ian Simpson. Ian Simpson was a good friend of Steve Hislop, so it's marvellous to have Ian on the bike tomorrow. So we try and link in with the past as well as using the machinery.
Yeah, wonderful. Wow, what a dream job you have.
Yeah, it keeps me out of prison.
Listen, James, thanks so much for your time. I know you're crazy busy trying to get these ready and meet everyone and get everyone set up.
Touch wood, we're all good so far. Okay. We've run everything up, everything seems fine. We've done quite a lot of work. Wes, our mechanic, who's here today, and his son Chris, our two mechanics. We've done quite a lot of work over the last 3 weeks. Okay. Just getting everything spot on, because at the end of the day they've still got to do 37 3/4 miles, and I can tell you that last time Michael Rutter rode it, he was putting in 115 mile an hour laps, so we have to race prepare him. Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much, and we look forward to hopefully coming and meeting you at the museum. That'd be great, and coming out a tour around, come and cover it.
Have a look at the collection. Yeah.
We'd love to. James, everyone, and his glorious collection that's going to be going out in the Manx Grand Prix parade tomorrow. So here with Marcus Simpson, and you were first-time recipient, weren't you, of support today from the Mike Aylward Foundation?
Yeah, the Mike Aylward Foundation have been great. They've got behind us and a bunch of others, and yeah, it just makes events like this so much easier. Not so much easier, but just that support, it just takes the pressure off a little bit.
And a local lad, it's great to see a local lad getting that support and doing so well as well.
Yeah, it's... I've been watching my dad here since 2006 when he first did the Manx Grand Prix, and it's just always been the dream to race around here. And yeah, it's going well. It's more or less going to plan how we, I had no expectation of any lap time, and but yeah, it's going well.
Great. Listen, Marcus, thanks so much, and yeah, congratulations. So, just got chatting to this lovely couple here, Kay and Martin, and they've come all the way from Tasmania.
Yeah.
Wow, welcome.
Yes, it's worth every mile of it, though, isn't it?
Well, you haven't got a Tasmanian accent there.
No, I should have, because I've been there since 1965. So,
right.
Yeah, but we come here regular.
Okay. Every year?
No. Well, we haven't been able to come for the last 2 or 3, have we?
Yeah.
But we've been a lot of times.
Okay.
And this morning I went round the track on a Triumph, which is the first time I've ever done a lap, which was fabulous. Yeah.
You had fun.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you were riding, and do you ride pillion?
No, riding.
You're riding.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm the motorbike fanatic.
Yeah.
And she's the long-suffering
Long-suffering wife,
Long-suffering wife. Yes.
And what keeps drawing you back?
The motorbikes. I'm a motorbike addict, especially the old British ones.
And you must have motorbikes in Tasmania, so why would you keep coming this far to see the motorbikes?
Well, yeah, it's like I was born in Lancashire, so it's nice to come back to where you was born and drive around and see a few people that I still know, you know. And often meet people here that I know as well. I have a cousin that raced here for years and years and years.
Right.
He's a bit older than me. He's probably 78, and he come off his motorbike at Wigan the other day racing.
Oh, no way. Wow, what's his name?
Roger Wilson.
Roger Wilson, brilliant. And have you never raced?
Well, yeah, I raced a Velocet in Tasmania in 1965 and 1966, but Kay doesn't like me racing, of course, so.
You can come and watch the racing.
Oh, it's fabulous, yeah.
Great.
And I love the Isle of Man even without the motorbikes. Are you from here?
I am. I'm
Isn't it
Manx.
fabulous?
Yeah.
We love that ride, you know, and we love Derby. We reckon it's the best show ever. We always see that.
Yeah.
We used to come to TT, but we're too old for that now. It's too fast.
I love it. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your trip. Enjoy the racing and the motorbikes, and thanks for chatting to us.
Thank you.
You may join us just doing a little two-wheeling. Little piece. Two-wheeling, thank you. So we're catching up with local boy Marcus Simpson. You haven't been going too bad, have you?
No, yeah, it's been a really good week, and just built all week, slow and steady, and yeah, still feeling good. Yeah.
And the Manx boys are smashing it, really, aren't they, in newcomers category?
Yeah, fair play to everyone else. Joe and Dave, you know, they're doing great, and any of the other lads. It's great to see the Manx crop all coming through.
And who are you enjoying being out there against? Anyone in particular?
No, not really worried about anybody else. Yeah, I tried to keep on my own on the track. Because I want to learn it, and you know, there's other people learning it for themselves, and yeah, but yeah.
And how have you been focused on that and learning the track? Because obviously being a local boy, everyone says it's your advantage, but really, until you get out there on those closed roads, you can't really get your feel for it, can you? So how have you been preparing for that?
Yeah, so being a local is definitely an advantage, but as I found out on Sunday, doing a lap in the car or a lap on the video game or watching it on board on YouTube, it's nothing like doing it. The wind, the bumps, everything is just completely different. But yeah, so I did, in terms of learning the course, I learned the course with Milky, I learned the course with Barty, I got laps in off Connor, Moffey, Ryan Kringle, who did really good there at TT. He took me for a lap after TT while it was fresh in his head, and from a newcomer's point of view, that was really good to learn from. And over at Armoy, I was chatting away with Davey Todd, and he said that he genuinely used the video game. So since Armoy to now, I've been just doing laps on the video game. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. And Sweeney as well. He's done a few laps with me last year at TT, and yeah, it's been good.
You've been enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it.
That's a nice collection of names you're tapping into.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, Milky, Barty, Connor, Moffey, Sweeney. You know, great people to learn off and listen to, and yeah, it's you know, I can't thank them all enough for the time that they took out of their schedule to put in and help me.
And realistically, what are you hoping for to take away from this Manx Grand Prix?
To be honest with you, I've already taken, I know it's only practice, but obviously I wanted to go to TT for the basis of the laps and the weather and all that kind of thing. I think we've been really lucky with the way that the organisers have handled all the situations with weather and stuff. We've got loads of laps still here. I think I'm up to about 20 laps. So yeah, I think coming into the event I was, you know, it's all great thinking what you can do or what you can't do, but there's no better way of finding out than doing it. So I think the only thing I was sort of trying to find out was I going to go to TT next year? You know, am I good enough, or was I going to stay at the Manx and chip away here? But I think I'll go to TT now.
I'll see you at the TT then. Absolutely. Listen, nice one. Thanks for talking to us. All the best. Have fun. Enjoy it. And I look forward to seeing what you do.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks,
Nice
Ellie.
one. If you
Cheers.
just joined us and doing a little two-wheeling. So I'm here with Paul Baltimore from Team Classic Suzuki, who has just been part of the delivery of a pretty spectacular bike and is involved in some amazing projects, but one of which your main client is Team Classic Suzuki, isn't it?
Right,
So
yes,
Paul,
yeah,
tell us
and
more.
in the 80s I was with Team Suzuki GB and the factory in Japan, and because of that knowledge I get hired to look after RG 500s in particular, and mainly for Steve Whitman at Team Classic Suzuki.
Okay.
And we have here a couple of motorcycles which are fairly famous. One of them has been seen at the TT here before. It actually won a TT, and it also won the British Grand Prix the year before, which makes it fairly unique. After about the mid-70s, when the TT was no longer a Grand Prix event, you didn't really have bikes that would win a Grand Prix and a TT. So this bike is quite unique in that respect, and it is the bike that Randy rode in 1980, Mick Grant rode in 1981.
Mega.
And it's nice to touch it again.
Yeah.
Because I touched it in the 80s. So
Wow. What an honour.
it is. It's quite nice, really. Steve has a marvellous collection of motorcycles, and some of them are bikes that I've touched before and I'm touching again, and I can look at them and go, I remember that dent. I remember making that bracket. It's really quite special.
Wow. And tell us about Phil Reed's bike there just behind you as well. So
Yes,
we've got two here.
over here we have a Mark I Suzuki. When Phil left MV, he had a privateer Suzuki like this in 1976 in life colours. And we've tried to replicate that here with the colour scheme and so on. And this is a bike that Phil has actually ridden for Team Classic Suzuki for 7 or 8 years until he passed, unfortunately, last year. It's quite a special motorcycle, and it's quite different. It has no silencers, so it's very loud. I took it to Brands Hatch a few weeks ago, and it was measured at over 120 decibels, which is jumbo jet sort of area. It's loud. So it was about 95 horsepower at the rear wheel, 4-cylinder, 2-stroke, water-cooled, disc valve. 4 years later, we've got a 4-cylinder, water-cooled, disc valve, 2-stroke with about 115 horsepower. So in 4 years, they went 20 horsepower more.
Wow.
And in another 4 years, they found another 20 horsepower. So the development cycle was really quite short. This is quite basic in terms of a Grand Prix motorcycle at that time. It's got very thin forks, thin chassis, nothing's built very big. It's quite flexible when you ride it. Twin dampers on the back. When you move on 4 years later, everything's a much beefier, much stronger. You've got monoshock on the rear, 1 damper instead of 2. That was the development that was going on in Grand Prix in that time. I mean, you see it these days in MotoGP. There is development every race. There's something new, and it was the same for us in the 80s. Every race we had something new to try.
Spectacular.
It is really.
It's like
yeah.
feast for the eyes and the ears.
Yes.
I haven't heard it yet, but I look forward to hearing it. So these are going out in the parade, are they?
They are in the parade tomorrow
For the
afternoon.
centenary parade.
Yeah, Mick's going to be riding this one, which he won the TT in 81 on.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of Phil's sons going to be riding this one, which is quite a nice tribute to Phil.
Wonderful.
So-
Great. And so
And actually, I've ridden this one as well, and it is quite good fun to ride. I rode it at Donington a few years ago.
Great.
It is quite fun to ride.
And what's been, from a classic point of view, so you would have had access to all sorts of classics, what's really stood out for you, and what have you had the most fun on, or has meant the most to you?
The first year I joined Suzuki in 82, I had the model after this one to look after, and I really liked that motorcycle. And then 1987, we had a really nice Formula One 750 GSXR Suzuki, which was beautiful. It was tiny. It was a fantastic machine. My rider won a couple of rounds of the World Championship on it, so he did crash in another one, but he won a couple of rounds of the World Championship, and I really like that motorcycle. All motorcycles sort of excite me. I've got a wide range of stuff on my own at home, from old to new, so Yeah, it's just motorcycles. Cut me in half, it says motorcycle. In fact, cut me twice and it says Suzuki.
I love it. Well, listen, thank you for sharing these with us.
okay.
Thank you for bringing them to the Centenary so we can all enjoy them with you as well.
Pleasure.
Can't wait to see them out there on the course. Have you joined us in just doing a little two-wheeling classic symbol? Thank you. I'm here with Steve Wheatman, and he is here with Team Classic Suzuki. So they've just delivered these two spectacular Suzukis for the parade tomorrow. There's two. Mick Grant will be riding this. This was his that he won in.
Yes, so that's actually Mick's old TT winning bike from 1981. It was Randy Mamola's GP bike the previous year, but the TT riders in those days used to get the hand-me-downs from the GP stars. So, but no, he rode it in 81, and I was fortunate enough to buy the bike from Japan about 10 years ago, and Mick's ridden it on a number of occasions since, and Randy Mamola's ridden it 2 or 3 times this year as well. So it's nice to get the bikes reunited with the original riders wherever we can.
Definitely, and to get them out and playing, right? To get them running.
Well, I must admit, I'm beginning to wonder about my wisdom with doing that, but yes, we try and. At the beginning of the year, we try and think what events we're doing and who's likely to ride, and so we work on getting those bikes up and in a good, safe, usable condition, and hopefully they'll last the year, and then we can look at what we're doing with them next year. But it is becoming more and more difficult as the parts become rarer and rarer and rarer, and we're having to make more things ourselves. So, but at the moment, these two are running well.
So the largest classic Suzuki bike collection in the world, is that right?
Apparently so. I've not got quite as many as I used to have, but still got about 70 Suzuki race bikes, and the majority of those are over 10 years old, and quite a lot of them are sort of 30, 40 years old like these. So yes, I think it probably is. Yeah, certainly more than Suzuki have got in Japan anyway.
Woo! And how many of those do you get out racing in the year?
Probably between 10 and 15 we get out there. I mean, all of the bikes are capable of being ridden, and or would be within 1 or 2 days of us putting our minds to it. But we tend to have a look at what we're going to do, and as I say, we try and use the bikes that we know are the safest, most reliable. And this year's been a particularly busy year. We've looked after Kevin Schwantz on 2 occasions, and we've got another event next month with Kevin and Randy and some other riders, and obviously we're at Goodwood and a number of UK events, as well as recently in Belgium and earlier in the year in Spain, and we're due to go to Portugal as well. So yeah, it's busy.
Fantastic. And what keeps you committed and keeps, obviously the collection is huge, but what is it about Suzuki that your love is just, you're so loyal to it?
I think it really stems from many years ago when I was young, and when I was first into bikes, like everybody used to be when they were 16. In those days, people had a little sports moped, either a Fizzy or an AP50 or something exotic that was Italian. And when I was first into the bikes, and Barry Sheen was world champion, and he was everybody's hero that was 16, 17, we all wanted to be him. Yeah. So even though I ended up buying a lot of Yamaha road bikes, when I first started to collect the race bikes, it really had to be Suzuki's, and the first one I bought was an RG500, and it had a connection to Barry Sheen, and then it sort of went on from there. And people say it started as an interest and became an obsession. I think it's built more of an illness now. But more than anything else, but
an infection.
It is like that. You can't just scratch it to get rid of it, though.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad one to have, to be honest. Probably an expensive one, but just probably the fix and the community as well that you must love being a part of as a result of it too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's really good to be at various events and have riders that you only sort of dreamt that you'd ever meet. Especially world champions like Schwantz. We've had obviously Randy Mamola. We've had so many world champions ride the bikes. Wayne Gardner, Phil Reed. The list just goes on and on. Even Freddie Spencer, that's a Honda man, he's ridden for us on a number of occasions. And they're all, without exception, They've all been like wonderful people as well, so a lot of the time they say you should never meet your heroes, but in this particular case they really are good people.
Wonderful. And do you have a favourite classic event that you really like showing them or attending yourself?
Well, we all say it's the one we're at. But I really like the event that we do when we go to Spa in Belgium, and every year we also go to a proper racing event down in South Africa, and it's really nice to get away and get a bit of sunshine in January and February and do a little bit of racing and some eating and drinking down there, and it's a nice thing to do. It's a good excuse to go.
Wonderful, sounds great. Well, listen, thank you for joining us at the centenary, the Manx Grand Prix. It's an honour to have you here for the 100-year celebrations. And then obviously you have Michael Dunlop out there on his Suzuki, and what phenomenal lap times he's been giving us and performance already, and it's going to be a pretty great Grand Prix for him, I think.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it would have been nice if he could have got out today on his 250 and won on that to take the pressure off, shall we say. And we do still have some reliability issues with the big superbike, and because we've only been developing it for 2 years, whereas a lot of the bikes that are here, the Kawasaki's and other bikes, they've had 8-9 years in some cases to develop them. But we'll see, we're learning, and if the bike holds together, I'm sure Michael will be at the sharp end of the results. But if it doesn't hold together, then it won't be finishing second or third or fourth, I don't think. It'll either be first or it'll be nothing.
He's one super, on another level, committed human being, isn't he? You see him in the pits and he's straight after every session, he's on it with his crew, he's got on the laptop, they're looking at the stats, they're tinkering away. It just feels they're just at another level. So it's a beautiful thing to watch.
He is. He's certainly absolutely committed to it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's his life, and it's not only his life; it's what he's grown up with. And the thing with Michael is he is a very, very nice guy, and he's 100% committed to everything he does. And he's also incredibly intelligent and quick-witted and funny. And when you get to know him, he really is a lovely guy.
Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of the event, and have fun. Hopefully the sun's going to stay out to play.
So, yes. Yeah, it's been nice and sunny ever since I said it was going to rain.
Yeah, I know. It's been wonderful to speak to you. Thanks for sharing your beauties with us. So we happen to have stopped here to have a nice little chat with Chris, and he's just sharing his only toy left, you said. Is that correct? Your Norton?
Yeah, Norton Dummy Racer.
Okay.
It's a replica machine. It's not an original, but it's a replica of the factory bike from 1961. Which Tom Phillis rode into third place in 61. And then after that, Norton's packed it in and didn't race the Dummy Racer again. The bikes were sold to Paul Dunstall, and then they were generally had bigger engines put in them, and they just seemed to disappear. Phil Reed rode one of these in practice in 61 and fell off at Signpost. Sid Mizzen then took over that ride, so it was Sid Mizzen and Tom Phillis. Sid Mizzen actually went to work for Paul Dunstall after the bikes were sold to Dunstalls.
Okay. And you used to race as well yourself?
Yep, I used to classic race 350 and 500 Nortons up until 2006 was the last time I raced, which was Daytona in GP 500 and GP 350. 5th and 7th in GP 500.
Tremendous. And so this is how you play out now? This is how you come out to play? Is this final toy?
Well, basically,
this is where you get your race
it's part of the show.
Yeah.
We make all this equipment, and obviously we come here to sell and to show it off.
Yeah, great. Wonderful. And why the centenary?
Say again, sorry.
Why the Manx Grand Prix?
Why?
Why does it draw you back to be here?
I've been coming to the Isle of Man since 1965 as a youngster, shall we say, but I've never raced here. But I've raced North America, Europe, and Northern Ireland, the Ulster Grand Prix.
Okay.
But now we're too old and too creaky.
Well, at least you can bring this beauty here, and you can come. the community that come back together and reunites, really, and especially something like a 100-year celebration. It's really special to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly is. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing this with us. Enjoy the Manx Grand Prix, and we will. Yeah, we'll see you very soon. We'll be round the paddock, so we'll look forward to checking in with you again soon. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. So it was a great Irishman, Mike Brown, that was fastest on the superbike out there on that last session. The fastest lap so far he achieved in this last session. But from one great Irishman to another, we've got Mr. Damien Horan. We have spoke to him on Sunday. We're just going to see he's had a few more laps since then, how he's getting on. Damien, how are you getting on?
Not too bad, yeah. It's nice. Couple of little dodgy spots out there, but by and large, track is great. A little bit blustery, but the track is it's good. It's dry. It's fine. Got 2 decent laps on the 600, and then I went out. I hadn't ridden this classic superbike yet, so I went straight out in that after the 600, and it's like trying to ride a 5-bar gate. Now, in fairness, it's all over the shop. But so going well, but just handling is horrendous. So it's the first time I rode it, so I'm going to get the shock out and get Mark Arnott sorted here, and should be good to go for later on this evening. But track is pretty good, apart from Glen Helen as you go up the corner there is a little bit wet, and somewhere else can't remember.
But they've just moved the schedule around then for this evening, so it's kind of basically the same as today but the other way around. So it's great that it's looking hopeful for you getting some more laps in.
Oh yeah, happy days. The more laps the better, especially, look, we know our way around here at this stage, but every lap is great, but it's especially for the newcomers, get them out as much as possible, But yeah, it's not too bad now. We get that thing handling there now, and then should be all good, yeah.
Great. Well, listen, Damien, all the best, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thanks so much. Thank you. Welcome to the Isle of Man Manx Grand Prix, and boy, we can't wait to share the content that's going to be coming your way in and around the event.
Two wheels and a 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, there's going to be plenty of racing coming your way. cover as much as the people in and around that racing.
Maybe what about the Manx Grand Prix? Oh, crikey, what's up there in the stratosphere, you know?
Sounds and the smells, hey?
Oh, it's like nothing else. Get the Castrol R going again. And
you need a stepping stone. And the Manx is a good stepping stone.
They've got legends flying over from all over the place that were made at this great event. And of course, we've got entertainment. There's all sorts going on around the island. So we're going to share as much of that as we possibly can with you.
Fantastic to be back here, and obviously got the opportunity to ride the Ashport Racing RT45, which is a proper iconic machine.
And they couldn't have picked a better lad to get on it. Two-wheeling classics. Relive the Welcome to the Isle of Man Manx Grand Prix, and boy, we can't wait to share the content that's going to be coming your way in and around the event.
Two wheels and a three.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, there's going to be plenty of racing coming your way. But we're going to cover as much as the people in and around that racing.
Maybe what about the Manx Grand Prix? Oh, crikey, what's up there in the stratosphere, you know?
Sounds and the smells, hey?
oh, it's like nothing else. Get the Castrol R going again. And
you need a stepping stone. And the Manx is a good stepping stone.
They've got legends flying over from all over the place that were made at this great event. And of course, we've got entertainment. There's all sorts going on around the island. So we're going to share as much of that as we possibly can with you.
Fantastic to be back here, and obviously got the opportunity to ride the Ashport Racing RT45, which is a proper iconic machine.
And we couldn't have picked a better lad to get on it. Fresh off the bike, just coming in. Are you happy with what you did on both bikes?
So
So I've just done 2 laps on the 600. I don't know what the first lap was, but the second one was a 109, which I'm over the moon with. That's way more than I thought I'd ever do anyway. And most importantly, it does 2 laps on one tank, which was something we weren't sure if it would do. And then been out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go.
Problem with the camera just now. It's been resetting it. Ryan Garside, welcome back into this assembly area, just fresh off the bike. Tell us how you feel, whether you're happy or not with what you did and achieved on the 2 bikes out there in this last session.
Yeah, more than happy with it. So I've just been out on the 600 first, done 2 laps on the R6, got as quick as a 109, which I say is faster than I thought I'd do anyway, so I'm more than happy with that. And more importantly, the bike now, we know it does 2 laps on 1 tank of fuel, which we weren't sure about. And then went out afterwards on the twin, just because we had an issue with it on Sunday night. I wanted to put a lap in, problem's gone. It's still horrible to ride, but the problem's gone. And we're going to try and get 2 laps in on that later to see if it does 3 laps on 1 tank. So yeah, happy altogether, enjoying it.
Mega, and a newcomer, like your first Manx Grand Prix. How have you found preparing for such a mammoth task, really, a mammoth challenge?
Stressful. There's not enough hours in a day. I'd say biting off more than I could chew, but a lot of it is sort of every time I come to something, a new problem arose. So it didn't seem as much as I was hoping. I didn't plan to have this much to do, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's took a lot of time, a lot of money. My missus will be glad when this is finished because I'll be home for a change rather than at the workshop till gone midnight, time and time again. Even to the last minute we were still fretting. We still weren't ready when we got here. We were still, repairing wires and stuff when we got here. Yeah, so and it's the first time I've ridden either bike. It was straight down Bray Hill. So any problem we were going to have, we were only going to have it here. So yeah, I'm more than happy with how we're doing so far. I just want to keep doing the same thing, enjoy it, get 2 races under our belt and go home.
Great. And when did this journey start for you? This commitment to this year?
Quite recent. So I had no interest in the Isle of Man really. Growing up, my dad always was very anti-Isle of Man, so I wasn't a fan of it. And I started playing the Xbox game. I quite enjoy this. I've watched it for years. I come over and watch it. I still enjoy it. I wasn't anti it at all. He was. And I entered the TT in December, sort of on a bit of a whim. Like, I'll give it a go. I'll probably get rejected, but see what happens. And I got that accepted. So I was like, I best start getting ready then. Couldn't get stuff done in time in terms of bikes and money, and it'd be too much of an ask to be here and do it safely. So we knocked it back to the Manx. They give us an extra 3 months to get ready. So yeah, it's relatively new to me. It's less than 12 months of something I've wanted to do. I said it was only Christmas time, and I thought, yeah, I fancy a go at that. And the closer it got, the more I'm like, I really want to go and do this now. So I'm loving it. I don't want it to end. I don't want to go home yet.
Great. Well, listen, enjoy every moment of it. All the best. And we'll speak to you after the racing.
Cool.
All right, nice one, Ryan. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
The seat on that twin is horrible. I'm not sat in it, I'm sort of sat behind it. So it's killing me strong. I can't grip it on the R6 because you're sat a bit further forward. It just feels a bit more comfortable.
Attention paddock, for those of you who are just coming off the course. The intention is to go for tonight. Obviously we've got the weather, but there is weather due to come in later on, but that is due around 8 o'clock rather than early in the evening. So we will go for tonight, and tonight's session will be the same as this afternoon, but flipped over. So what I mean by that is, at 18:30 we will have the faster bikes out first. So that will be classic super bikes, MGP seniors and MGP juniors. I repeat, classic superbikes, MGP seniors and MGP juniors out at 18:30. Then at 19:20, provided the weather still holds off, we'll have classic senior, classic junior and MGP lightweight. Thank you. Control out.
That robs me of another session. Put both mine into one session. That was supposed to be 2 separate sessions and 2 separate sessions. Yeah, the main thing is I've done the 2 laps on that, so I know it doesn't full 2 laps.
How's it goes out there?
It's alright, it's a bit damp in a few places, there's wet spots, but it's quite a lot on the inside. Brad was surprised. Yeah, as you brake, as you literally as you turn in, the inside 6 foot is wet. Yeah, so you have to stay way offline around it. There's a wet patch on the exit, the bit in the middle that stays there forever. They said it was wet through Reba, but just a couple of wet patches. Anywhere to the trees. There's a big wet patch I don't know if it's not Ribs, I don't know what it's called. You know, as you're starting the mountain mile. So as you come on, go through Guthries, short straight, and left, there's a right kick. It's pretty much flat, covering white and red bank. I think it's where Hutchie crashed 3 years ago when he did his leg in the second time. No, way before that. So that's at the end of mountain mile, literally the start of mountain mile. So as you tip right there, it's just a little kink. There's just a big wet patch running straight across the track there. The marshals have got the flag on that, so you know it's there. So they're still struggling.
They're still advertising, still pushing for them anyway.
It's in the thing on the WhatsApp.
Action on the roads, it genuinely was.
I'd be the first one to stick my hand in the air, but kind of pointless.
But we'll get him at the beginning of the next session.
He's coming back.
Oh, is he? Liam, I feel like there's a bit of a difference there. How are you getting on? Welcome to the Manx Grand Prix.
Good, I am, thanks.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's nice to get out now after like a few days of the rain, so it was a bit like back to square one. It was a bit like all coming at you dead fast again because we'd only done the first 2 laps, so it was a bit like going all the way back to the beginning, but it was good to get out and get some laps in after the weather. So
good. So feeling comfortable, confident?
Yeah,
yeah.
Feeling comfortable, and I ride the R6 like day in, day out at home, but the twin is new to me. I've never really rode a twin before, so it's a lot to like, you've got to carry a lot of corner speed. You don't rev, and because I'm quite big as well, it's not really the fastest bike, so I keep having to keep myself backing, you need to run through the corners a little bit, but as well as learning the circuit, but it's good.
Great. And you're enjoying it? Is it everything that you could have hoped for besides the scheduling issues?
Yeah. My dad used to race sidecars, so every year, that was our family holiday at the TT, was me from a young age, and then to finally get myself to go off there, I started crying. I went down Braille and I was like, oh, I started crying, which was mad, but it was really good.
Good. Well, listen, all the best. Enjoy every minute. All right. Thanks for chatting to us.
Thank you.
T. Whelan. Thank you.
How was your Japanese? Japan, yes? Classic races from Japan.
Welcome.
Yeah, they're my friends on Facebook, so they come and say, come down on. Nice done about the same.
Enjoy.
Thank you. All right. He's coming out. All right.
Simon?
Yeah.
Do you want to get a quick chat about that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, me,
really
you, them.
nice. Both together?
Yeah. Who speaks the best English? There you
Yeah,
go. Come on, lads. They're going to interview
all
for
stand together and then we'll just chat to these.
TV, yeah, TV.
So I've just bumped into Simon Warren from Melbury London team. So we've had you in the studio. We've had some great chats. So you've got Glenn English and of course Tom Herbertson with you here at the Manx Grand Prix. And then you've just got some new guests that have arrived as well.
New guests
So tell us
all the
a
way
little bit about
from Japan. I've got one of my friends on Facebook that races a Manx Norton in Japan. He said he was coming over, so I said you must come and see us, and he has, and he's brought his entourage with him. But they've had to borrow the team's passes, so they got girls' faces and old men and everything. So don't say that to the organisers. But anyway, so yes, everybody's here and they're having a good time. So we've shown them around the paddock, and I think they've impressed so far, apart from the weather.
Yes, I love this weather. Yes, it's a big honor to come here. Yes, it's a dream to see the racing, watch the racing, see the machines all together. We are very familiar with the British motorcycles, especially classic ones. Okay. Yes, he rides Mercedes G50. Wow. He rides Ducati, sorry, not British. He rides AJS and the Norton Manx. And he also champion of the Japan on the Norton Manx. I used to ride CCM motocross bikes. Okay. Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, is this your first time here?
Actually, second time.
Okay.
Actually, third time. The very first time was in February, so no race. Nothing. But yes, the second time for watching races. Yes.
Right. Wonderful. Well, listen, have a wonderful time. Enjoy and welcome to the Manx Grand Prix. And thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thanks. See you later. Cheers. Thanks. Thank you. Travelled here from Japan, especially for the Manx Grand Prix. How wonderful is that? And their love for British motorcycles. So you couldn't get a better place, really, and the pinnacle of the love of the sport, really. So we're just waiting for Will Birchall. We're just going to have a little chat with him when he returns from the physio. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good, yeah, great, thank you. Nice
You'll
to meet you.
You'll make me jealous.
Pardon?
You'll make me jealous.
Will, tell us a little bit about how that went for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We had an issue with the twin on Sunday, and that's really good. We just done 106.
Well
From
done.
standing start, we just done
Well
106.
done.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
Let's hope this rain holds off for tonight, is it?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, fingers crossed. You will be going out. But tell us how has it been, your experience as a newcomer, joining everyone out there on that mountain course?
I don't think you could imagine what it actually feels like, and you can't describe it. That is an awkward one. The only thing we can say is how grateful we are for the time and effort they have put into us, because we know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And they have got it drummed into us that you're coming through a corner and you're like, am I there? Yeah, I'm there. And you know where you are because they've given us so much time.
Great.
Carolyn Sells, the travelling marshals, Johnny Eggenbottom, Darren Stewart. I don't remember the other Johnny's surname, sorry. But they have given us so much. And these have made sure that we know where we're going. Oh, it's mint. I don't know what to say because I can't stop smiling.
I can see it in your eyes. How about your own preparation for something like this? What have you been doing in addition to
two
that?
people to give me as much help as possible. No, we've had a lot of people that have given us a lot of help. A very lot of people have put a lot of time into us, a lot of effort. We are very, very lucky.
I'm tapping into your mate Reese then. Reese Hardesty for knowledge.
He came past me at the Craig. I don't tell you what I done as he waved at me, but he gave me a little wave and he didn't get a wave back. No, riders that have given time over the event now. Liam Chalk, James Chalk, the Chalky boys. Every time they see, like, have we got this right yet? And we only done 2 good laps on the twin Sunday and 2 broken laps. And they're just like, how do you find that? Or everybody. Having a massage yesterday afternoon, Ollie Charlesworth brought us a cup of coffee in there. Yeah. The paddock's a different place.
It is, isn't it?
People are different. The people that have got issues in the world need to come to Motorcycle Weekend and see how to live.
Yeah.
Because this is fun.
It is. Beautiful. On that note, then, I'm going to leave you to it to process everything. It's wonderful to meet you. All the best with everything. You join me doing a two-wheeler.
Just to call out to all teams that have riders out around the course and machines out around the course. We're doing our very best to get them all back via the ACU recovery, but we've got quite a few. So if you have got your own ways and means of going to pick up your rider, I would try and contact him and do that yourselves. Control out.
So as you can see, it's very quiet in the paddock now. That is the end of that afternoon session. They were going to open the roads once again. Once they've got all the bikes back, everybody back, they're going to reopen the roads. And this evening session, roads will close at 6 and they head out again, I believe, at 6:30. So it's again the same schedule as we started with today, but flipped the other way round. So everybody will get out there and hopefully get a few more laps in. A few more qualifying times, lap times, before we then, of course, head into our Friday. So join us once again. We will be back with more footage, more content, more stories, more chats from this incredible paddock. Manx Grand Prix 2024. Two-Wheeling Classics. Relive the passion. Welcome to the Isle of Man Manx Grand Prix, and boy, we can't wait to share the content that's going to be coming your way in and around the event.
Two wheels and a three.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, there's going to be plenty of racing coming your way. But we're going to cover as much as the people in and around that racing.
Maybe what about the Manx Grand Prix? Oh, crikey, that's what's up there in the stratosphere, you know.
Sounds and the smells, hey?
Oh, it's like nothing else. Get the Castrol R going again. And
You need a stepping stone. And the Manx is a good stepping stone.
Parade laps. We've got legends flying over from all over the place that were made at this great event. And of course, we've got entertainment. There's all sorts going on around the island. So we're going to share as much of that as we possibly can with you.
Fantastic to be back here, and obviously got the opportunity to ride the Ashport Racing RT45, which is a proper iconic machine.
And they couldn't have picked a better lad to get on it. Two-Wheeling Classics. Relive the passion.